Sometimes I stumble on books and rhetorics and quotes in the world of literature. And one of the ones that come to mind at this time is an immortal saying of one of the greatest men to have ever lived, William Shakespeare, who said, and I quote, that some are born great and some achieve greatness, and to some greatness is thrusted upon them. And the fascinating thing about greatness is that sometimes greatness can be a place, it can be a person sometimes. It can be an institution, University of Lagos, It can be a state, Lagos. It can be a country, Nigeria. But greatness right now is clout, Africa, Nigeria. Greatness is Hindsight Podcast, an award-winning podcast, football podcast. You come here for the football, you stay for the humor. And we thank everyone, Nigerians, Africans, everybody has been joining us from the get-go up until now, joining this great train of minds, great guys, all through. It's good to be back on the grind. My name is Abajide Guerrero, one of the greatest to ever do this. And this is the Hindsight Podcast, brought to you live here in Lagos. I've got the boys in the team. And now before we started the show, he was there shouting Burna, shouting Davido, shouting Wizkid, shouting Chelsea, shouting everybody. Now he's pressing phone. Today we are going to retro Man United. And interestingly, I have another Man United brother on the deck today. It's good to see him. When I saw him, the last time I saw him, he was a single man. Then in between all of that, he became a married man. And then later, now a father.
Yes, sir.
Step forward. The finest bearded father in Nigeria today. Emeka, my good brother and friend. How you doing, man? My United brother as well.
Good to
see you.
Back.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Good to see you. How is the baby doing?
He's good.
6 months now, yeah?
Yeah, 6.5 months now. So I think now he started crying. So for other dads will know, like now, I think he now knows.
Other dads, please talk to us. Let's have this conversation, my brother. Other dads, yes. Other dads, please. Other dads.
He knows a lot more like what he likes and doesn't like.
Yeah.
So like now he's a bit more moody,
yeah,
but like a lot more smiley,
yeah,
but also a lot more like crying because he's like, okay, if you take something from him, he starts crying.
Yeah.
But now he like recognizes. He's kind of the point now where he really recognizes me and my wife.
Yes.
So like if someone else is carrying him, he wants us.
Which of the words do you think is going to say first, Mama or Dada?
Well, I'm trying to get Mama and Dada or United. Let's get
Let's get it ahead.
Let's get that in.
Yeah, so let's talk about the football now. The ones other people can relate to. Some of us can relate to being fathers. Some of so this is the first time I'm seeing this man on a tie. I'm wondering why in God's name you have set yourself up for dragging. Sometimes the way you dress, sometimes
you go wear tie.
So you say sometimes
drag you by your
dress where you want to be addressed. Sometimes you address where you want to be dragged.
Gentleman.
So we are going to drag you.
No, there's nothing gentle about this man.
Now,
this fella's gentleman, not just regular.
Yes, he's not a gentleman. He's a gentleman.
Gentleman.
What happened? What's with the hair, Tony? We've planned? You want to plait this hair, Dada, the hair?
Don't worry.
What do you want to do with this hair?
You get to certain eras and
yes,
you feel like you have to do certain things.
Yes.
With how
so the era you have, is this your midlife crisis?
I just wanted to grow midlife. No, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. So what influenced your decision on wearing a tie to the port today?
I don't know.
You just want to be dragged.
I felt.
Yeah. All black tie.
It's the mood. It's the mood that
Simeone is a Simeone vibe.
Yes. Nice.
Diego.
That guy should be a sad human being, man. Guys, you guys think Simeone is sad?
Why?
The only time I saw Simeone wear white was when they played that invitational game with Super Eagles. That's under 23 thing that they did with Atletico Nigeria.
But he wears the black very well, though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I think he's a sad person because he's always wearing black. Why are you wearing black every time?
Why does that have
I
to
love black,
determine
right?
his mood?
I love black as a color. I think it's my favorite color. There is barely anything I wear that doesn't have black. But why are you wearing black every time?
No, I think
yes, maybe that's his vibe.
I think I can dig him wearing black on the touchline. It's just this energy that comes with black.
We're coming to kill you people.
You understand?
Mess with the head of your opponents or whatnot.
But this guy will not tell you. I inspire a lot of these boys, but they won't tell you.
Yes.
So he's
sensei.
He's trying to keep it cool.
Teach us.
He's trying to keep it cool.
Yeah.
Like
teach us.
I just woke up today and decided to wear tie.
Yes. Teach us.
I just decided to leave my hair.
You're not gonna hear that from me.
I just decided to leave my hair.
There's a very pretty lady behind the camera. Good morning, good afternoon. Hi, how you doing, buddy? What's your name, ma? Mercy. You're a football fan. Do you like football?
Jide.
If I thought there's anything you know about football, shut up there.
Now the
what
podcast
do you think you know?
This side.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm not. I want you to respond to that. No, it's fine. I'm asking if I thought there's any football team you like, any football person you know. Who is that person?
I know Ronaldo.
That's all.
I know Salah.
I
know what's this
We should bring another chair. Mercy, thank you so much. That's Mercy, guys. Shout out to Mercy. Thank you so much for coming out. Mercy said she likes Salah and Ronaldo. Ronaldo is because of the fineness. I'm very sure.
I think everybody on the planet.
I think women really love Ronaldo, not because because I mean the guy is Ronaldo. When we were younger, Emeka, there's this particular. My elder sister knows nothing about football, but anytime she sees this guy, it's like, oh, that's my husband. And we were younger, then we're teens, even before teens. Patrick Kluivert. My elder sister loves Patrick Kluivert. Prince Bailisa, my sister.
Was a fine boy.
And I'm like, what is this?
Boy, I can dig it.
Does he even know how to play? But I just if Kluivert has 100 career goals. I'm not sure. He should have.
No, he does.
Come on.
No disrespect.
You want to give those 90s?
Shout out to Kluivert.
Please, I have a question. How do they? Because this is your intro. How do they trust greatness on people?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, for example, I mean, not to mention, you can thrust greatness on people, and a good example will be the Maldini family, football context.
Oh, so it was trust on him.
Yeah. So now,
right.
When you say you thrust greatness on somebody, it means that there's a greatness before that person. So there's a structure that already heeds that person's greatness. For example, now Cesare Maldini is the father of Paolo Maldini.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paolo now is the father to another Maldini, Cesare Maldini. So you're looking for. What do you talk?
Did you explain?
Yeah, so yeah, pretty much. So and yes, of course, you heard his name already, Lakunle Rufai, the inspirer of Swimpy Black.
No, he's a black. See,
Swimpy. How was? Let's put it down now.
I don't vex. In fact, see, if people won't give me my flowers, I'll take it myself.
Yes.
I inspire a lot of these boys, and it's not just
these kids,
and it's not just on this podcast. It's not just on this podcast. A lot of these boys in this industry.
Nah, this one they call kids. Wait till you name UB. Everybody like kids.
You know, and
everybody is a kid to UB.
Yes, so it's a kid. So I love a lot of people in this industry. Not just on this podcast. I inspire a lot of people, but they will say it. So I'll take my flowers.
It's myself. Fine. We inspired. Anyone is a fan of WWE here? Any fan?
No anymore.
Not the EF.
You get anymore. Yeah. What's that?
I haven't watched.
What's that?
Ages.
What's that? But it's common knowledge that we should.
My mother-in-law loves it. Though.
Growing up, yes.
Yeah,
really.
It used to be my dad.
Like, so now there's a whole channel for it now. Like like 24 hours.
That's all.
Anytime she's like at my house.
My dad used to love it as well. Loved it like.
WWE was a big deal. Now,
yeah, the F. I loved it growing up.
But shout out to the greatest of all time, John Cena, 17 WrestleMania titles, and it's special. You guys can relate. I'm sure you guys relate.
No, I can't.
Cena.
I can't.
Yeah, John Cena, you can't see me.
Of course now. You know.
I know John Cena.
I know John Cena. I'm not saying.
Nobody say that. No, they don't care about.
I don't care about John Cena.
Man, dead guys. But shout out to you, John Cena.
No shout out to him.
Shout out to John Cena, greatest of all time.
He was in the WWF era.
17. It doesn't have to be. I mean, it's Rivaldo playing now. So because he's not playing, that doesn't mean please go and sit down somewhere. Anyways, I had a very interesting WWF experience while growing up. So, any guys remember this particular wrestler, Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know that thing he had on his hand? Mm-hmm. You know that time when we were younger, there was always a stage fight. You always have, when you make mouth to somebody in the class, you're like, we'll meet at the end of the class. So my eldest brother, I'm sure he's watching this right now, like, oh, please don't tell them. Yes, I will tell them. My eldest brother had a stage fight with another guy where they've been saying, I go kill you. You know, that's a regular thing. So before the fight, we're looking for my elder brother. Where did you go to? We can't find him. Where are you? We can't find him. Eventually, he came out. He had gone into the bush to plow grass. And on his arm. So when they were fighting, the guy was beating him. My brother was doing like this.
Because Warrior does that whole.
All the face was swollen. My brother. All my brother's face, I will never forget.
You just say Warrior.
And then he was doing like this. So I was like, nah, these people have influenced us. But shout out to everyone, you know, for joining us today. It's good to be back. It's a week where we also have interesting news. The Pope is dead. For the ones in the Catholic faith, how many? That's better, yeah. Wait,
but the Pope is dead.
Past. Is he not die?
Like,
I don't understand. No one is supposed is dead.
Yeah, no, but the way you said it was very.
Okay.
There's a contest to have.
Okay, that the Pope is dead. Is he not dead?
No.
Okay, wait. Address it. Okay, watch that.
You understand?
What's the difference?
Do you know how they tell people that when you say certain things, there are contests and how they come across?
Yes, please.
When you say,
please,
the way you said it,
okay,
doesn't land properly.
Okay, let me ask you this: Is the way I said the one that killed him?
It's not about. No, don't worry. Let's not.
No, I want to learn.
Let's not dig into
I just said the Pope is dead. The Pope died.
No,
few
let's
days ago.
let's dig into it.
He's still not
We have
dead.
time.
Like, oh, the Pope passed. The Pope has passed.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pope has passed. Okay, the Pope has
Even Wale
passed.
said it that that's a more better way to
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. What about the guy is dead? The Pope is dead. Or rather, the Pope has passed. Lakule?
Is the Pope dead or not?
No, he has passed. The Pope has passed. Anyways, so to the Catholic believers, sad day. And we hear that there's another conclave now going on. Shout out to the Pope. How many popes have you seen in your lifetime?
3.
You know their names?
Yes.
Which?
Pope John Paul II, Pope Benedict, and Pope Francis. They just passed on.
Okay. So, I mean, that's you know your faith. Because it would have been. I was saying to you today, Davido and Burna Boy, because you don't know shit about. Swimpy is the worst guy to have a ride with, man.
3 popes they'll see in their lifetime.
Yeah, true. But our generation is lucky. We're gonna see another 4th pope.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe 5 if you don't kill him. Welcome along, guys, to the Inside Podcast, and let's just get right into it. The Champions League is the biggest, and this particular one could be the most interesting final we've had. Maybe because of the way the whole tournament thing was set up from the get-go.
Format. Yeah.
The format has changed, and now we're having teams. I think it was overall generally exciting. They make a generally exciting Champions League because this is the first Champions League where anybody play anybody go collect.
Yeah.
So there's no segregation, no sports, no seeding.
I mean,
everybody's
Brest was
in pool.
beating some people.
What's it now?
Breasts.
Okay, I pretend I didn't hear that. I mean, they are a very good team. How good are they? I mean, the Brest team. Did you watch them?
They were.
Did you watch
sometimes they were
Brest?
hard, sometimes they were soft.
Okay, right. Actually,
I will not be a part of
See the
this.
people
You
are
have to be a
inspired.
part of it.
I won't.
But right,
Because-
guys, we're just going to touch in on these 4 teams. We're going to do like our own analysis because from here we can see the winner. It's not group of 8 anymore. It's not 16 anymore. It's 4. One of these 4 would be the champion. So let's just go right into it. Emeka, you feel that I don't know, but some people say this has PSG hands over it. What do you think?
So
Do you fancy PSG?
I'm torn on that. So the Arsenal, I was actually thinking about this earlier this morning. The Arsenal PSG game, I think, is going to be very fascinating. I think the logical part of me thinks Arsenal are going to overpower them. Arsenal are stronger, they're bigger, they're quicker. The Arsenal like playing against these footballing teams where they can then again use their physical dominance, set pieces, and again they're just a very structured team. So you can imagine PSG trying to play and Arsenal just killing them on the break. So that's what the logical part of me thinks, that Arsenal will take it. But there's a way, again, the way PSG are playing, I know there was that scare away to Aston Villa, which did affect my thinking a bit because Enrique did not even try and change anything at all. He played the same way at 2-0, say we are 2-0, say we are 3-2, played the same way. But they're saying that there's nothing faster than the ball. As much as Declan Rice can run, he can't run faster than the ball.
Fact.
And there's the way that PSG midfield are playing and the way they play football, they're the best footballing team left in the competition for me. So although I think Arsenal logically should be able to take them on and probably overpower them, I have a sneaky feeling that PSG also going away in the second, going home in the second leg. I think I have a sneaky feeling that, and Arsenal are favourites. Arsenal are actually favourites by the bookmakers. Just check it now. Arsenal are favourites, even for the whole tournament. Arsenal are actually favourites by the bookmakers. But I think PSG football, the form that they're in, I can see them going to the Emirates with confidence, trying to play, and eventually getting a score draw or even a 1-0 defeat or 2-1 defeat, and then go to Paris and do the job.
But you don't feel, still sticking with you. Are they your favourites, Arsenal?
So I feel the way Arsenal, the way in cup competitions, I am, and I know I'm always teasing Rufai and they like all this haram ball, this structured ball. But there's a way Arsenal are playing now. It seems very primed for cup competitions and the way Tuchel played when they won the Champions League. Not necessarily they have a fantastic team, but like Arsenal are very structured, and I feel like they're set up to win these close games. Again, they also play good football, but again they're not going to concede many goals. Yeah. They score set pieces. They're going to be very disciplined. So again, the logical part of me feels like Arsenal can, they should do it. They should do it. But I'm going to give PSG the slight edge, I think.
Okay, I think for everybody sitting on this table, or maybe for non-Arsenal fans, I don't think I want Arsenal to win this Champions League. Actually, I'm praying God, please, whether
Why?
you can put this out,
Why?
please. PSG, please, I beg you, do us
Why?
a favor. The thing is, I'm sorry, but
Haven't Arsenal fans suffered enough?
I know they haven't suffered enough. I know they haven't suffered enough. You need to see a lot of things that is the way their thoughts are is always funny and amazing.
in
But
my
the Chelsea
opinion-
fan, if Arsenal win Champions League, you guys are
Hold your
super emotional.
opinion.
No, so I don't have a problem with them.
Hold your opinion. I'm going like this. I'll still come like this. Hold
I
your
don't
opinion.
understand.
Swimpy,
Yeah.
let's talk about let's stick with PSG Arsenal. The midfield trio of PSG.
No, you say you are going like this now.
No, I'm just touching you so that you normally I see you not feel bad. The midfield trio of PSG, I think Vitinha,
Vitinha,
Fabio
Neves,
Ruiz, and João
Fabio.
Neves. Some people feel that the best trio in the Champions League as it is, but you have a feeling that Arsenal has a different feeling because of this their free kick feel. Declan Rice is, I mean, he doesn't even look like a free kick taker. You know, there's a way free kick takers look. There's something about them that's
There's
okay.
an
This guy can hit a
aesthetics
free
to
kick.
them.
Yeah,
Listen, before he answers, when you say best, so again, it's tricky. I think they might be the best technically,
Yeah.
although actually Barcelona can
Yes,
possibly contend
still,
that.
yeah.
But Arsenal is complete. Partey, Rice, and Odegaard.
yeah. But
I
how
think
often do we?
It's very complete.
Yeah,
in terms of like
the
they are
issue I have with
technically
Arsenal's,
astute,
okay,
but they're also physically
inclined,
robust.
yeah.
And PSG, they're technically brilliant. Ruiz, Neves, and Vitinha are technically like top.
Top brilliant.
But again, you sometimes you might wonder, could they be bullied in
Yeah.
certain occasions?
Yeah.
Yes, who take that game?
I
Swimpy.
think that the PSG trio, especially Vitinha, the technicality that boy provides on the pitch is next to none. Even though his height is little, he's a little guy. He runs at spaces, gets those spaces done. I feel that they have an edge in the middle over Arsenal. Even if, yes, you get that the size of the Arsenal midfielders are probably bigger, significantly bigger than this
Physically.
guy. Yeah, physically. But I think that the brilliance of those guys in the middle for PSG would go a long way, definitely.
Let's push it.
Take them
Let's just push it forward a little bit. Are they missing Mbappe? Which way you
No,
have
they
seen?
don't. I think it actually made them better. I think the exit of Mbappe made them better.
They will miss Mbappe against Arsenal. I think that like Emeka said, when you look at there was a stat that Wale read out before the start of the show about how good Arsenal have been.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Arsenal are probably the most difficult team to play against, in my opinion, side by side with Inter Milan, right now in Europe. The most difficult team to play against. Before you score a goal against them, you would walk your socks off to score a goal against them. And I feel like we want PSG, and that's why I've always been very vocal about my dislike for Luis Enrique as a coach. I don't rate coaches when things are going well. When things are going well, everybody is best at what they do.
Everybody's
When
chilled.
things are going well, everybody's chilled. I want to see how you handle games against the biggest sides, because when you play against the biggest sides, there are games where you play against everything that can go wrong can go wrong. It almost happened against Villa, and Villa are not the biggest side. So I want to see how you handle some of your best players being out of the team. I want to see, how you navigate, the last 10, 15 minutes of a very difficult game. Those are the things I want to see. Yeah. And with Enrique, he's never going to change how he's going to play. Whether he's leading 2-0 or losing 3-0, he's never going to change how he's going to
And you
play.
feel that would be
So
a
Arsenal are
pattern
going
against
into the
Arsenal?
tie knowing this is how he's going to play. He's not going to change it. We know this is how he's going to play.
Hold on, Lakuni. But there's also another interesting angle. One thing I've noticed about this PSG team is the ability to outscore anybody. The fluidity of that front, is it 3 or 2 sometimes? Dembele, Doe, and who's on that left? Kvaratskhelia. The ability to outscore anybody. Now you said something which I like. You have to walk your socks off to score Arsenal. But one thing I think I would look forward to see in this Arsenal PSG game is if Arsenal scores first, I think PSG are in trouble. But you can't stop a PSG team from scoring.
So in my opinion, if there's anyone, okay, so let's go back. I agree that it's going to be a lot more tricky for Arsenal against PSG because that attack Kvaratskhelia, if you defend too much, he can shoot. There's Dembele that's very tricky as well, and in form, there is there's Due as well. There's Bakola as well that's very direct. But none of them, I think, can offer significantly better than Arsenal has already faced this season. Maybe only Vizcaya, I'm not sure. But as a team, maybe, like I said, I think it's going to be more tricky.
So it's the team. So I don't think, because Madrid have better players, but this
Player
Madrid
for
team,
player.
as a team, this year, as a team, they are
So
not
that's
really
the thing.
cohesive.
So that's the thing. When you play against Arsenal, because of how they set up, right, you hardly find any of your attacking players playing 1v1. Because of how they set up, you hardly find any of your attacking players going at any Arsenal player 1v1. You most likely going to have being doubled on or being tripled on. So even though you are very good as a team, you still need your individual brilliance to get things going.
And they have that. And I think one thing that's to their benefits, I think, again, when you look at their team, I think there's so much rotation. There's no, like, it's not like,
No, I
you don't
agree.
understand. So, like, I feel Arsenal, again, like I said, I think Arsenal's advantage is clear in that sense, but like I feel that they're going to be challenged in a very, very different way.
That's true. That's true. That's why I said it's going to be a lot more tricky. But let's go back to, remember before PSG played Liverpool, we all agreed, oh, they're the best team in Europe right now. They play the best football. They played against Liverpool that we all also agreed are not really flying this season.
Yeah.
And even though, they dominated Liverpool in the first leg, how many goals did they really score? They dominated Liverpool in the first leg. They dominated. But in the second leg, it became a game of really fine margins. If Liverpool took their chances that they had in the first leg or even later on in the second half, they could easily have knocked out PSG, right? It went into a game of fine margins. And you can say, oh, because they missed chances. But that's a game if you don't take your chances.
But that's how it goes.
No. So the point I'm making is when you say, oh, they can outscore everybody. They can. I'm going back to, as good as we all agree they were, that's the first real challenge you felt like they faced. That's the first real challenge in terms of a top team. They played Liverpool against Aston Villa in the second leg. So I'm looking at these two games, and then you're playing against Arsenal that, like I said, I think it's not easy to call because of how good that forward line is. But bro, I just think Arsenal.
I think it'll be a game between defense and attack. And you mentioned something earlier about one thing Wally talked about, the stats he was giving. So yes, for the Arsenal fans, and yes, for us, for context as well. Arsenal since 2022 till date have, in points, they are the highest in terms of points garnered in that period of time. They've had the least defeats as well. 14 defeats from 2022 till now. They've considered the least number of goals as well. 99 goals from that time till now.
All competitions.
I think Premier League. In the Premier League. They've had the highest number of clean sheets as well, 43. They're first in that position. They faced highest number of shots. And of course, goals against them as well as, that's it on the screen, guys. So you can see they're first in all categories for good things.
SG against means, does it mean
conceded, like
SG conceded?
Yes.
Goal against,
Yes.
Oh, so they've considered the most XG as well.
The least.
So that's like
Like
first,
first.
as far like first best.
Yeah,
so
first
like
best.
when you say,
Oh, right.
Like first best. And this is a stat that would gladden Arsenal fans. And that's why they will keep hearing their voice now. But I mean, they've earned it. But in all of this, all of this greatness and first in places, you have a feeling that the typical Arsenal fan would more than be glad, Emeka, to swap all of this for one PL. Maybe not the FA Cup, but one PL or one Champions League. Okay. They are now at the semi-finals. If Arsenal doesn't win the Champions League, all of this hard work, does it mean anything? Does it count for something? Or is it the usual, we keep believing? And then above all, finally, let me just touch down. Arteta, will it mean that this is just a work in progress and is eternal?
I think so. I think first of all, when you look at teams like this, and in all sports, there are always teams like, so in basketball, there's Boston Celtics where you're doing well, and then eventually you have to take that step. So it's like Arsenal, yes. So they're at that point now where, again, I feel they're like, if I had to, I said in the show last time I was here, if I had to tip a Premier League winner for next year, I would pick Arsenal. So like I feel like they're there. But now taking that step is the hardest part. And in Champions League, you notice a lot of times teams like this, before they win it, they normally have to get close and fail. So it'll be interesting to see if they actually take that step now, almost straight away. Because if they get to the final, semi-final, and final, see how long it took Pep to win with Man City.
Yeah.
A lot of young teams, they get, even PSG, they got there before with Tuchel, they lost. Bayern got there, they lost. Dortmund got there, they lost. So a lot of times, like, these young teams normally get to this stage, to the final, and then lose. But like, I think it shows me that progress is being made. I know it can. It's quite long. It's been 5.5,
Indeed.
6 years,
Indeed.
right? So as rival fans, it's very easy to banter them that
Yeah.
they're not winning anything. But like for me, as a rival fan, I see this as
Progress.
being like eventually it's going to happen, and
Yeah.
eventually going to happen. But they have to make it happen because that final step, Tottenham were here not as long as Arsenal, but Tottenham also had a fantastic young team.
They were in the final.
Yeah, and they got to the final as well.
They got to the final.
They challenged for the league, not as close, but they challenged for the league with that Leicester season. They got to the final as well. They had a very young team that everyone was like, they're going to grow up together and win things. And sometimes this doesn't just you don't just make that next step.
Yeah.
Maybe one bad injury, one player leaves, and then they're rebuilding again. So
Yeah.
it's time for them to make that step. But like when I see these stats, for me,
No,
it shows predicting for the future.
So if you don't win, all of this, I mean,
Of course, but
they
like
don't mean anything.
I think but it shows that they're on the path
Yes.
to
I'm
Yeah.
of the
Yeah,
opinion
so-
that you cannot stay over 7 years in a team and
Not win anything.
you can't win anything. I think
well,
that,
he's won the FA Cup.
wait, leave. Let's not do the
Is
whole
there a
FA
bad-
Cup.
is there a bad
Let's not do
title
the whole
now?
FA Cup thing. let's look at it holistically. You've been here at the helms of affairs. You're coaching a big side. It is not a small side. What is expected of you is to either win the Premier League or the Champions
you know
League.
they're the meeting now. You don't know the
Season.
objective they give out.
Wait now. It's not about the objectives whether they give you.
Now, me and you know they're the meeting now.
Let me give out another objective, Abi.
You can't even be talking from the inside.
They fit tell us, they just
none of
get
us
it
have
up
been
for
on
we're
the
good.
inside. None of us.
you
We
say-
Yeah,
always
but you're
sit
saying
from
you're
the
saying
outside.
what's
Say
the
win the Premier League or win the Premier League or Champions League or win something because
Yeah, like
not many players. Pep has won what
Everything.
The
everything
progress-
for how
Wait,
many
that's
years?
what
So
I'm
like who else is
saying.
winning anything?
No. That's what I'm saying. You cannot constantly lose at the very tip.
Yeah.
And not be able to go over the edge of the line.
Yeah, but again, it's that's
It
the
just
question we're
tells
asking
me
about.
that-
But isn't the
You
argument
can't
that?
do
But
it.
isn't the argument that the closer, the more you get to the edge of the line, eventually you break.
you break through.
Yeah, but
So
how long?
The question is how long?
That's what it feels like that eventually. But you also said sometimes you just never take the step. So
But what does that? Sorry, what does that now mean now, right? Because if eventually doesn't take step, are we pro or against Arteta?
nah, I'm for Arteta. I think he's done an amazing job. Under the
The
circumstances.
same mouth with TikTok say, all this one don't mean anything.
No.
If you don't win
At the end of the day,
anything.
see, so for me, you see, it's one of the reasons why I don't like talking football on Twitter, right? Except I know you personally, because football conversations, football is the one thing you cannot talk about in extremes. You cannot talk about football as if it's not black, then it's white. If it's not white, then it's black. It's always nuanced because, yeah, of course, if you don't win anything, it doesn't. All of these stats don't mean anything.
course,
But look at where Arteta took Arsenal over from, and where they are now. Again, if there's any team, for example, I don't want to play against in the Premier League right
But
now.
you
it's
said like
Arsenal.
they were extremely
In fact,
down bad. They
I would-
weren't.
No, they were down bad.
Yeah, they were.
They
They were
were
extremely
They
down.
were. My brother, I don't understand. Are we about
what
to
position
start?
were
With
they?
all them Mustafi.
Like, are you joking?
Yeah, but what
Hold on.
position were
Mustafi,
they?
them. What's his name now?
but they didn't finish-
Rob
they
holding
didn't finish
them.
below top 10.
Rob holding them.
Yeah, no, but
and
that-
them. Bro, my brother.
They didn't finish
My
below
brother,
top
my
10.
brother,
They were
my
far
brother.
off where they are now.
My brother, no vex. They were down bad, my brother.
No.
They
I
were.
wouldn't say they were
They
extremely
were down bad. Okay, so please, can
You
you?
have to be united now to be down bad.
Do you understand what this guy is saying?
That's where you're wrong.
No, man, you are wrong, my brother. You are wrong.
That's rock bottom.
They were down bad, bro. Like Arsenal barely, especially the moment Arteta left, Arsenal barely had an advantage over Spurs. The way we used to call them a bottling team.
Yeah.
They were down. They were down bad.
You don't
Like
change
bad.
that story actually.
Arteta coming in. Today I would rather play against Man City than play against Arsenal. I'd rather play against Liverpool than play against Arsenal.
Yes, please.
Even though
I hate to say it.
when you go to where they are now, you have to give credit to what Arteta has done. That said, if they don't make the final step, in my opinion, it will be because I've talked about Arteta not getting in the quality they need to take the final step. So I would have to blame him, but I also have to blame the administrators. And the reason I would blame him more is that when he came in, they backed him. They gave him everything. What do you want? Go on and get it. So you can't then say that, oh, now they are not giving me what I want. I remember when Jose would always say, he said, when I wanted to get a striker for Chelsea, there were all these big names. And I told the owner, I said, I want Didier Drogba. He said, who's that? He said, please don't speak, just pay. That's a coach that's coming and has gone, well, I need to assemble a team, not a team to compete, a team to win the league. Arteta took over Arsenal at a point where I can understand if you say, you know what, we're going to build a team that would compete. But you can't keep talking about competing now. It has to be
winning something.
we have to go and win
And get it done.
And the reason they haven't crossed the line, in my opinion, is just a little bit of quality that needs to come into the team. When that quality gets in there, I mean, you get in Victor Osimhen now. I give you the league before the start of the season. In my opinion, if Victor Osimhen walks into Arsenal now, they win the league. And it's not because he's going to score all the goals that will win them the league. There's just, when you bring in those qualities, there's something that happens in your dressing room. There's something that happens in the minds of the opposition that you play against. There's something that happens in the minds of your fans in the stadium as well. There's just something that happens in the atmosphere around your club when you bring in those kind of personalities. And that's what will push you through to the title. And that's what I feel they don't have. They have everything else.
Why do I have a feeling that they might bottle it?
So we still stick with Arteta. I mean, I genuinely like the guy. I think he's a very, very good coach, and again, he's one of those graduates of Pep's school that are really doing quite well. You know, some of them have also failed, but I think for the sake of Arsenal, I think they need to win something. I pray it's not the Champions League because we'll not hear word again.
No, man, I'm good now. Why do you have?
Luckily, you are only good because the kind of Arsenal fans you have as friends are not the ones I have.
I've won 2 titles. I don't care if they win it.
I have Arsenal fans that all they do when they win the games, they will just come
I
and knock my door.
No, I understand it. I understand
come and knock my door and then be telling me.
Let me tell you, and I've said it before now.
Gosh.
I've said it before now that.
No, that they must win that Champions League.
And I've said it before now that one of the reasons why is Arsenal fans, I have to say, because we have to separate the club from the fans sometimes. No, Arsenal fans make it very easy to hate the club. So you have to relax and, understand that, you got, like I always say, look at the level somebody like Bukayo Saka is playing at now. I think it will be unfortunate for the boy, because who do you place above him, even in European football in his position? Not a lot of people. I don't see anyone. Yeah. Right. So if the boy doesn't win a title, I think it will be sad.
But if we put it that way, look, would that be because of the fact that there is a decline, which everybody sees in football generally, or is really that good?
No. Bukayo is good.
Is he really that good?
So I don't think.
I know that there's a decline.
I can't say.
But is he really that good? I mean, just to be, is he really that good?
I think he's
a good player.
You don't get aura. You don't get arrogance aura.
Yeah,
I think aesthetics.
I think he's a good player. But I'm not. I mean, I'm putting into the last 5-10 years, and I'm trying to see the peak of his powers.
So pick names.
And that's what I'm saying.
So there's a decline.
There's a decline. So I really can't even name names because
when you say decline, you have to name names.
There's a decline of talents. For example, now in that position, in Saka's position, how many people can we even call now?
How many?
Salah, Saka, Yamal, Rodrigo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
that's it.
If we go we all agree there's a decline, but let's leave it. The guy is good, but let's not assume that it's only Arsenal, PSG playing the semi-finals. No, we've got another 2 great teams. Mm-hmm. One team that has mastered beating Real Madrid morning, afternoon, and night. Mm-hmm. If they wake Barcelona up like this, say
can't beat them.
If they say Barcelona can't play Imba, they feel lose to Imba 1-0, but can't play Madrid. That kind 3 a.m.
And this is why I always tell people that
kind 3 a.m.
is a mind thing.
Indeed. Hansi Flick has been able to do a great job with this Barcelona side, and is reflecting. I like the fact that this is a man that was shamed out of the German national team. They didn't like him anymore. His ethos was not working. He had issues with the big players, but he's picked himself up now in club football, and now he's doing really well. I didn't really think he was going to do well with,
honestly.
Yeah, because given what Xavi went through with the whole issue with Barcelona, they needed somebody to steady the shape. So sometimes some moves, just like you said, this Arsenal's growth it shows upward trajectory. Mm-hmm. Some moves like this one of Hansi Flick to Arsenal. To Barcelona, I beg your pardon. It shows like it's a victory for Barcelona, because in a way, before now, under Xavi, which Barcelona is showing up is what we are looking for. You don't know which Barcelona you are going to get. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We at least week, it is the high lining. We go score, we will outscore, you will push, but it's great. But this game against Inter Milan, Swimpy, let me start with you. I think, I don't know, but I have a feeling that the winner of the Champions League is between these fixtures.
Okay, let's
Swimpy.
I feel
what's your
that
take?
I feel that
Inter Barcelona.
I feel like Barcelona. Yes, they say Inter has the best clean sheet record. They've only conceded, I think, a minimum of 3 goals throughout the tournament, or 4 goals throughout the tournament.
In this Champions League.
Yes, in this Champions League, the entire.
The one they played final with Man City, I think because they're only 2 now or something.
That's why I said that they've considered the least goals, and they've had the best shot stopper. But if you look at the squad in its entirety, they don't have the best. They don't have the better team than even the Barcelona side.
You lie.
Given that it is young. Chill.
Yeah,
I know what I'm saying.
Me going line.
Yes. They don't have the better
I
team.
wait for them too.
They don't have the
They
better
go in
team.
line.
Yeah, honestly, because yes, some of them either they almost like have the ensemble like the 2010 ensemble sort of. Some were free agents, some are how will I put it?
Older
Some are,
legs.
They're not known names
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yes, you can say Nicolo Barella is exceptional.
Yeah.
You can point one or two guys, but you still have, I think, is it Mkhitaryan
Yeah.
and Co
Yeah.
in that squad? And you're looking
Çalhanoğlu.
at it, and you're looking at it like,
Yeah.
They have a squad. Though.
I they wonder with this
but
brother they
no,
talk.
but wait, they're not.
Is he Chinese? You are
paper.
speaking?
Not Lautaro.
Is it on
Lautaro
paper?
is
No,
paper.
on litmus paper.
Let me finish. But I extremely
Litmus paper.
Let me finish.
Remember that test we they do with the
Let me
with the litmus
finish.
turn to blue.
Let me
What's this
finish.
brother say?
Let's finish.
Yes, but they are extremely thriving well. So
Yeah.
in the tournament, so definitely you would give them how I play every of the what's it called
Benefits
to say
of that.
to say that they would go on to win the title.
Yeah.
But I say that the Barcelona side that I watch week in week out with that attacking side, they would bulldoze anybody away.
It's good. It's good
Wait,
that I
wait,
have said it that
wait,
way.
wait, I'm not
So that
done.
on the day on the match, I'll call you on WhatsApp call. I'll put your call. I'll be watching the game.
Yes.
We'll be watching it together.
They will. I think that the brilliance in the kid, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski's, what's it called? Brilliance in terms of experience and how definitely gets the job done. Rafinha in the peak of his form, because I don't think he has been such like in this high flying.
Fit. I think he might be. I think he might.
Yeah, I think he's injured.
For the first leg,
I think he might
For the
lift up.
first
He
leg.
might come back before the game, before the Inter game.
So who are you giving it to this game?
Barcelona in the first leg.
So I'll say this, right? The winner of the Champions League is between Arsenal and Inter Milan. First force off the gates. Let's get that clear. After that,
Let me first
your
talk. Let me first talk. Let me first
That's your
talk.
team.
You said the winner is
Let me first talk.
you said the winner there for the tie Barcelona Inter. That's what he said now. That's what he said now.
He said for either Barca or Inter. He said
Yes, I
He
said
said from this tie,
yes, that's what I
exactly.
said. Yes,
Me, I said it's either Inter or Arsenal. It's two different things. Relax.
No be first talk.
Pipe
No
blue.
be first talk. No be first talk. No be first talk.
So, I think that Barcelona are a very terrific side on their day, a very terrific side, but emphasis on their day, because look, you have to understand they're very good, but they're also young, and the entire system of football they play is predicated on that. Playing a high line and luring you into thinking, let's play quickly. That way, they press you aggressively. You win the ball high up, you turn it over to them, they attack you. With Inter Milan, I can promise you that's
This one's go.
not what you're going to find.
Now wall.
You see, they have a midfield three of Nicolo Barella, Enrico Mkhitaryan. I'm not sure Çalhanoğlu is still there.
Yeah, he plays sometimes.
He plays sometime. And
But they still have this Austrian guy.
relax. There's another guy in middle.
There's one guy.
No, he's not even Fratesi. There's another guy in middle. I'm trying to remember the name.
No, so I mean, they play Çalhanoğlu as a DM, like a DLP.
You understand? And the reason that is significant is that if Barcelona think that, and we have a flick, I expect it. He also rarely changes how he plays to counter an opposition. So I expect he's going to do the same thing. You are looking at the Inter Milan side. They have a midfield three where all three of them can play passes that can finish your defense in one goal. Did you see what Barella did against Bayern Munich? Barella, Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, any one of them can play passes that can ruin you. Just one touch, one play through your defense line. So you are playing, on top of that, you are playing a well-drilled, as good as Arsenal are. I think Inter Milan are the best coach side in Europe. When you watch a team that you can see exactly what the coach wants the team to do.
Plug and play.
And then you now have, I'm telling you that I'm very sure that brother that plays left back is an executioner for the Mafia. That Dimarco.
Dimarco, yeah.
And then you have
Federico.
And then you have Damian, right wing back. Lautaro Martinez. I'm not sure Thuram will be back from his injury.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be back.
But they always pair Lautaro and Thuram, or Lautaro, Taremi, Lautaro, or Natovic. Plays with two strikers all the time.
Natovic guy.
So my problem is, I can see Barcelona possibly not scoring high number of goals against Inter like they did against other teams. Look at what Dortmund almost did to them in the second leg. So, but I see Inter Milan. Can Barcelona keep Lautaro and?
I'm with you, Rufai. I think I see it is almost kind of similar to the other.
Yeah.
Where there's the footballing team,
There's footballing
and there's a
team,
more
and
complete
there's-
and balanced team that is more, more streetwise, and so this Inter Milan team, like everything he said was just spot on, really. 3-5-2 structure, like say plug and play, like
Yeah.
one of those ones that you remove. He said you remove Thuram, you put
You
someone
put
else.
the
This same. It's like FM,
Yeah.
where you have the football manager, where you have certain roles. You just put in. So I think I would.
You think Inter will?
I think Inter Milan are going to go through in this one. I think again it's just the perfect antidote for what Barcelona want to do. And they again on the break they're fantastic. When like Martinez and Thuram, their combination is fantastic. DiMarco providing crazy weight on the left. Bastoni has been one of the best defenders in the world this season.
Yeah, he has been. He has been.
I just think that they're the perfect team for that Barcelona for that Barcelona side. Of course, like Swimpy said, on Barcelona's day, they can have they can have a crazy day. But I just don't think this Inter Milan team are one of those that even if let's say Barcelona even went 2-0 up, Inter will lock up.
As in, bro.
They will lock up. So that one that you think that they will get to 4, they will get to 5. Inter
And the thing that's crazy is,
Simeone is very, very, very streetwise.
And the thing that's crazy is, you see that right hand side. For example, against Bayern Munich, they play Benjamin Pavard and Damian together on that right. And I'm thinking,
How do you do that?
Simeone is a brilliant man.
Pavard is a crazy guy going
can
for
run.
Simone Inzaghi.
Simone Inzaghi.
Yeah, Simone Inzaghi.
Damian is also crazy, like going
Younger
forward.
brother to
And then when they line up that they are midfield 3, right? It's basically 5
Yeah.
in midfield.
It's beautiful because
It's crazy.
And here is the thing: life and football can be very funny. When they were footballers, you just said something about the younger brother and elder brother. We'll talk about something shortly. When they were footballers, Simeone was just a decent footballer.
his brother
Simone
was-
Inzaghi
people
was he just did okay.
And people
For
was
me, while Filippo Inzaghi was, one person was saying Filippo Inzaghi was average. I watched one guy
people
say,
was-
Please, let's move on.
just leave him.
people
Leave him.
people born in offside position.
I think
So
Inter
and then
Milan-
people was a better player,
Yeah,
but I
for
mean
sure.
times have changed. I do think for anybody that gets to, and this is me saying it for me, I think Inter Milan has arguably the 2 best players in the same position. I mean in different positions rather. Alex Bastoni is the best centre back in the world right now.
he's been playing not far off it.
I'm not I tell people that people just think, oh, Babaji, you people just watch Premier League. I don't care about the Premier League. I watch football.
Yeah.
If Colo Colo is playing Botafogo, I will watch. I'm not interested in.
Colo-Colo
I'm not watching because one of your star players. No, I don't care. I watch the Italian league. I watch football, and when I tell you, Bastoni is the best centre back in the world right now, I am not joking. That guy is an amazing jewel, and but I think arguably, right, Lautaro Martinez is the best footballer in the world right now. Arguably.
As a striker,
People weren't making case for him, and I don't know why.
And here's why. And here's why. I have a small thing to just throw in. In other years, I said Bastoni. Lautaro is in the top 3 highest goal scorers last 3 seasons
He has done
for
double
the league.
figures, yes.
And he will do double figures. But this year, he has sacrificed a part of his game, which is wanting to be the guy that hugged the headline. He now plays ball. Like he's balling out. The likes of Thuram are getting double
Thuram,
figures.
yeah.
Everybody's balling out around him.
And you know another
day
thing
is a very
And
special
you know another thing
thing.
we haven't considered. And I expect. I mean, it's Barcelona. With all the talent they have, Rafinha has had obviously one of the best players in the world also
Yeah,
this season.
he's had
And then the
flying
kid Lamine
season,
Yamal,
yeah.
we know what Lamine Yamal can do.
That guy is not a child. That guy, he has
17,
lived
I don't
before.
know how he does that.
That guy has lived before.
We've also not considered.
Scary kid.
You see the midfield of Barcelona. Pedri, what a guy, what a player.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant boy.
Yeah.
That guy plays football. You see, to me, I was thinking before the start of the show this morning. I was thinking maybe we'll do a we name a player of this era and match them with
In the
who
old
do
era.
we think they are closest
that's
to
nice.
in
That's
the other
nice.
era.
Who do you think
When I look at
closest to?
Pedri, I think Mesut Ozil, and not because of maybe all the assists and everything.
The way he
I'm talking about the
plays.
football.
Yeah.
Pedri is like, you see when Mourinho said Ozil touches the ball, the football smiles. Pedri is soft, it's easy on the eye.
Yeah.
Like it's easy on the eye with the ball.
Yes.
Small guy, but very good on the ball. And then FD Frankie de Jong,
Frankie de Jong.
and I think they play is it Fermin?
Fermin.
Complete the midfield 3.
So,
Or
so it
Daniel.
depends. So yeah, sometimes either it's Pedri or FDJ
Or Gavi
they
comes from the
bring
bench.
In Olmo, they bring in
They bring
Danny
in-
Olmo,
Yes,
exactly.
that's what I said, Danny Olmo.
So another thing we've not considered is that there's a very high chance that you see the midfield three of Barella, Çalhanoğlu, and Mkhitaryan will dominate those boys in terms of like just holding on to the ball and
More
passing it
experience.
around. Remember that was the thing Inter Milan had, even when they played Man City back then in the Champions League final, where Onana could play the way he played. Because you had Brozovic.
Yeah.
You had people that were... I saw the game again. You know, when was I talking about Onana a lot? So I saw the game again, and I was looking for how was it that Onana could play like this in the Champions League final. And I promise you, and I'm not taking credit away from Onana. I thought it was, again, how you play like that in the final is just amazing. But I'm telling you, majority, a lot of those things Onana could do in terms of coming out to play was made
Because of the
happen.
players in front of him.
The player, like I saw where Brozovic gave him the ball, Onana wanted to make a pass this way. Brozovic made a run inside of the defending player because the defending player was already tracking his run this way. Brozovic made the run and went this way. Onana was like, Onana just pass and give him. The defender he thinks Brozovic still there. So that was the thing that made Inter, and that was why they could play that way because they had people that were constantly moving, pick the ball or play. When you look at Barella, Çalhanoğlu, Mkhitaryan, there's a and if they dominate that midfield, I think they win easily.
Have you thought about the part where the younger legs takes the day?
No, there's that.
Across
There
two
is
legs,
that.
Abi?
There is that.
Across two legs.
That's what I'm saying, because those kids that you just mentioned,
Yeah.
Pedri,
Firmino.
Frankie de Jong, and either Firmino or Dani Olmo,
Yeah.
how they play. There is even Gavi. When you bring in Gavi, I think Gavi has this energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see that boy, he's always running.
Yeah.
Like he has this constant energy.
Yeah.
And you say, you want to put that against this
So,
older legs.
so the thing is, there is
Only
the
two
there is
legs.
the energy. I think, as a matter of fact, I think that's the only chance Barcelona have of winning the game. Like, make it a get at them. Don't let them get on the ball and
Let
pass
them
it
get
around.
tired, yeah.
But you see, the thing is, there are some teams that you can't do it against.
And when I talk about energy, there are not many more energetic players than like Barella, for instance.
Like Barella, for example.
And Lautaro works out.
Lautaro, Thuram.
They have legs.
Hard
though.
worker.
They have
Liverpool
legs.
have legs.
You are thinking about only Çalhanoğlu and Mkhitaryan.
That's the only person I can even mention.
You are
To me,
thinking,
I
you are
would
thinking
say-
only about Çalhanoğlu
And
and
Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan. There are other people in that team with
Yeah.
legs.
To me, it's the exceptional.
You understand?
Their front two, they also
And you see,
they're industrial.
and you
workers.
see, no vex.
Yeah.
It takes me back. It takes me back to
It's
when
brilliant.
Liverpool were going to play Real Madrid. That's final that Salah got injured. I remember saying it clearly that bro, that pressing where Jurgen Klopp team thinks they Sabi do, you can't do it against that Real Madrid side. You will press them. They will play the pass where they want to play it. These ones are very good on the ball. If you go and press them, and you think they will panic and they will do Saliba and give you the ball. They will pass it through you.
And that's all.
You understand? And you are in trouble.
And that's all. Guys, so now let's just touch on it finally.
Yeah.
Just one word. Who goes through across two legs? Inter, Barcelona.
Inter Milan, in my opinion.
Inter.
Barcelona.
Inter Milan for me.
Who goes across two legs? Arsenal, PSG.
Arsenal.
I can't call it. I don't know why, but I'll give it to Arsenal.
Do you think Arsenal?
Like I want to say Arsenal.
I want to say. I want to say Barcelona, Arsenal.
I know it's a
2006
quick
final.
one, but like I said, like my everything, like my football brain, everything just says Arsenal.
Yeah,
But, like, I have
yeah.
this sneaky feeling that PSG.
PSG,
PSG
can.
might-
maybe like
my still it.
they might just stop. It can happen. Again, at this stage of the
football.
Champions League, most of the time,
So I'm
there
gonna go for-
are personalities that just carry the thing and be
just
like, you know
show
what,
up.
fuck everybody.
I'm gonna go for PSG.
But for the sake of this, not like they will not say we'll not give us anything.
Nuno Mendes.
So
I
Arsenal
don't say
will
you sabi, but
But
carry
Arsenal
on.
have been complaining about Odegaard.
Nuno is a beast.
No, Nuno is a
Saka
beast.
too.
Nuno is a beast.
That would be actually that would actually
An
be a
interesting
great
matchup. Yeah.
So the Europa League is the younger brother of the Champions League. The less, it's like
It's because you're a Man U fan.
Wait
You
first.
saw me die.
Wait first now.
We never talk Europa League before for this show.
Semi final now. We
We never talk Europa League before. I don't know. 3 Man United fans on the table with me. I don't know. We never talk Europa League before for this show. You know how many years this show has existed? Never.
We dey always talk about Europa League.
As you talk
When you know it's semi final.
As you
don't
talk
talk
about this
Europa
Europa
League.
League, we talk about Conference League. Oh.
How now? Now we same level can be.
We don't talk Europa League before.
You know how
Like
football.
say you never win Europa League.
See, I don't be like that
But you
Conference
don't
League.
win
That
am.
Conference League dey vex
Very
me, dog.
annoying.
Bro.
Very annoyingly. You
That
know how.
Conference League dey
That's
vex
one
me.
thing.
You see Conference League.
Sancho
Sancho
you.
5 assists.
Bro.
Sancho, that's where Sancho will
Bro, Ukuku go there and go score 4
4 goals.
How many goals does come?
I dey tell
Double
you,
digits.
it is called double
you for
digits.
real?
Bro.
Eh.
I say, look at this shameless.
all of those are like
Bodo limit.
they're like the younger brothers of Champions League. It's like Fufu and Pounded Yam.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Pounded Yam is the elder brother. You know, classy. Fufu is younger brother with body odor.
Is it not the same thing they pound down?
It's not the same
discrimination.
Pounded Yam is like chilled, Harvard guy. Fufu is that stupid mushy boy.
They discriminate on Fufu.
You know, but last four again. We're not going to go heavy on it. We'll probably just touch it because there's something I saw on United that I think we'd have to bring to the table. United, Bilbao, Emeka, who wins this?
I think United win it. Second leg at Old Trafford.
Oh, cool. Swimpy.
Of course, I'll go with Man United.
Nah, this is the end of the road for United.
He thinks Bilbao wins. I also think United could win, but I'm just hoping that we don't get the version of that boy.
So if you guys know me, I'm very objective.
Of course.
If I really believe Bilbao will win, I would say the only reason I don't Bilbao, the final is in their stadium,
Yeah.
so they're going to be very motivated.
Yeah.
But United are unbeaten in Europe this season.
Yeah, only
for a reason.
actually.
So that counts for something. And I feel a lot of these European teams, there's still an element of they still believe they're playing Man United. Like I still see that bit of trepidation where they still give us a bit more respect than we deserve.
In a way,
And I still, even Valverde was talking about Bilbao's coach about how, we're a Champions League team, like in their minds. So I feel like even if we've been fairly consistent in Europe, apart from the Lyon game up and down. So I feel we'll go to Bilbao, get a result, maybe a draw, a 1-0 defeat, and I think we'll go through at home. That's what I believe. But I feel it's the final where I think that where we play, I think we're going to play Spurs, and I feel that's where we're going to lose.
Whoa.
You play Spurs. Okay. You beat Spurs.
No.
That useless team.
I think
if you play Spurs
have beaten us 3 times this season. They don't fear us at all.
Yeah.
I feel that might be the tricky one.
But the thing is, they are butlers. So in the final,
you could bottle it. Yeah.
So there's this case or thing on Amorim, and I want I want Rufai's angle, Lakunle's angle on it, and here is the thing. Ruben Amorim has just won 6 Premier League games, flying in Europe, only team in Europe not to lose. I mean, in the Continentals, or not to lose a game. But 6 games as a Premier League winner, coach. I think it's a very terrible start. Of course, he has injuries, worries, and all. So, but the question is, now we're looking for, we're having a small, snaky peek into the next season. Is it a right fit for United? Because he looks like one of those coaches that, you see this thing where they teach now.
Una must
learn. No other way. Everybody must learn this. And is having a small cast on the team, and sometimes you just have to feel like, guy, can we just play the usual 4 whatever at the back and play football and then maybe get to win? Is it a right fit for United?
So, like I said, I can't draw a line under him just yet. Like make a decision and go with it just yet. I rarely ever do that about coaches or players because different things happen at different times.
Not for music albums as well. You have to listen to music album.
Different things happen at different times. Even though I've seen signs of things that I don't personally like, because usually I always believe that when they bring in a coach at the time, Amorim, first of all, the time he came in, I don't think it was nowhere near ideal.
Yeah, it was not a good time.
But usually when they bring in a coach at that point, you have to realize that it is still a big club, and all you want to do is stabilize things. Because your strategy, your ideologies, they are better sent across to the players when things are a little bit good. When things are bad, and again at United, I promise you, the only reason Amorim, I think he's not drowning right now, is because there is a possibility of the Europa League. Mm-hmm. Because at United, everything that goes wrong, looks and sounds and feels bigger than every other club in England. Mm-hmm. Every other club.
True.
Mm-hmm. And that's why when you come in, it feels like you just want to stabilize things. Because when things are going well, and again, because of how the English press works and even the English fans, the way they think, when things are going well, forget every other thing when you're winning or you're not losing game, forget every other thing that's going wrong. Mm. You have a little bit more time to do things under the radar without having too much negativity, around you. And that's why I feel like when you come in, maybe it is not the perfect time to come and say, yo, I must play the way I want to play right off the bat, and you guys must learn it, and we must go. Maybe, and the tweaking thing is not even about necessarily going to 4 at the back. It's about reacting to games, reacting to oppositions, and finding a way to say, look, because I feel like what he's doing is you learn my way now, even if we lose, as opposed to if I change something now and get a result and you don't learn my way in the long run. That's what I think he's doing.
Yeah.
Even though he tries to tweak very few things,
once in a while.
but what is still the most important to him is learn my way. Right?
Guys, we'll coming back to this conversation because at some point we'll be going into, what I'll still be taking your thoughts on it, Emeka. Because we'll be going into what the next season would look like for some of the teams in terms of transfers, who needs what, when, and how. Okay. We'll be doing that shortly. So I just wanted to take that thoughts on my head away. But so congratulations to the champions in waiting, or to the confirmed champions, because had it been Crystal Palace won at Arsenal yesterday, by the time of this recording, we'll be calling them champions already, but they're champions in waiting. They should win it in Anfield, Liverpool. But I don't know, but I think in Arne Slot's mind, he'll be thinking, this Premier League, it is simple. Yeah, because the guy just came in and
You will learn.
and then he started winning and stuff. But I think one of the good things they've done is they secured Salah's for next season. I think Van Dijk as well.
Yeah, Salah and Van Dijk.
But what was the highlight, Emeka, for you, this Liverpool team? When did you feel that, or rather, what was the thing with this Liverpool side? Because at the beginning of the season, everybody would think, okay, another City or maybe finally Arsenal, because Arsenal is the next best, is the best of the rest, yeah. But Liverpool shook everybody, yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's really just consistency. Like I feel this year that was the word. I feel a lot of teams are up and down. A lot of teams were like Liverpool too, adapting, adjusting to a new manager. Chelsea adapting, adjusting. Arsenal trying to now take the final step. But Liverpool, they had a fantastic start, weren't conceding many goals. But I think the word for them was consistency. I wouldn't say necessarily excellence and brilliance every week, but they were their best players doing their jobs, consistent. So Bosley, all these guys, Gravenberg, working hard for the team.
McAllister uses to replace that Szoboszlai because
McAllister.
You don't like Szoboszlai?
no, I like him. It's just that he's been.
Van
I don't know.
Dijk, Salah, obviously Salah having one of the best Premier League seasons statistically of all time.
Do you think? Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Do you feel Salah? I just want to touch on that Salah.
Yeah.
Salah not getting far in Champions League, even if he wins the league.
Well,
Candidate for Ballon d'Or?
No, you can't.
Not anymore.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
Who's
Ballon
your
d'Or-
candidate for Ballon d'Or at the moment?
Honestly, I don't think there's a super standout.
I'm telling you.
There are a few people being mentioned.
Rafinha.
Dembele, all these guys. I think it's still there to be won.
Yeah, it's still very much there to be won.
It's still there to be,
for-
still there to be won.
For me, I would say with Liverpool, right? If and I think they've done fantastic. Even though I disagree with Salah staying, but that's
has to
from
stay now.
that's from his
No,
Salah
I think she have
perspective.
left.
Or to where?
Because when you are Mo Salah, you've won the league again now, you've won the Champions League, and all of that. This is me speaking from a player perspective. I don't want to remain there to like become a bum. What if I have a horrible season next season?
No,
What
it
if,
doesn't matter.
so for me,
Only see this school lady does say talking from a player's perspective. You go to say the way they don't play for Real Madrid before. From a player's perspective.
I'm looking for Salah's perspective. Now, what do you think for your head? I'm looking for Salah's perspective. Now, what do you think?
So where would you want to go?
No, if it's Saudi, whatever, I don't care. But what I'm saying is,
Just all that
for
things
me,
have taken me, they have beaten you.
I would
go
rather,
decline, Abi.
I would rather leave
It's not the thing
now
now.
than decline there. That's my own. That said, from Liverpool's perspective, I think they've done amazing business keeping Salah and Van Dijk. And one of the key reasons I think so is they're still going to strengthen. I expect to buy a striker, I expect to buy a midfielder.
Yeah.
They do that. I know Emeka was talking about next season, if I'm going to pick someone to win the league, it will be Arsenal. And I can see, why. But I'll pick Liverpool again. Because if I'm Mo Salah and I'm Van Dijk, I dare say that they're sitting back and thinking, this is the best time to play football. Coming from where they came from in terms of like their mentality and everything. Because I see what exists now. The significance of Van Dijk and Mo Salah in that dressing room, for me, for Liverpool, I don't think any other team that they will be competing with, I don't think any other team has it. None of them.
But you also
have
said
got it.
something now about declining because the Van Dijk.
That's
you're
why I said
getting-
from
Let
player
me just
perspective, from club perspective.
Sorry, the Salah you're getting now
Yeah.
is doing double digits, assists and goals, right? But he's going to be 34 next year.
Yeah, I agree. So what I'm speaking,
And Salah doesn't look like it. I mean, forgive me, I may be wrong, but it doesn't look like a player that can reinvent himself. I don't think sometimes
he
when
did
those
that a
players,
little bit this
when
season.
those players get to that age, that later part, they say buy the winger, hello the attacker or deep line playmaker. Salah looks like that guy that's going to always hug that.
And also, to be fair to him,
Line.
to be fair to him, he has reinvented himself somewhat from what he was. So now he's getting more assists. He does a lot of those Trivela passes. So he's not as much of a flying winger as he was before. So now he's a bit more winger / playmaker ish. But I think the reason why I said I'll pick Arsenal just again based on the youth.
Yeah.
Like I think Salah, I can't see Salah having a better year this year than this, right? But I mean, it could go either way. Of course, Liverpool too could win the league, right?
Yeah,
so I'm not trying to dismiss them. Like I mean, I think
even
the idea.
I even thought maybe you're having beef with this conversation.
I think
that's why
that
not
the idea
since.
of everybody saying that Liverpool, yes, they are having they're winning the Premier League for sure, and sort of, but there's still a whole lot of issues with that squad because. The times that you expect that, this is the same Liverpool who breezed past somebody with 4-0. They are going to somewhere else and are getting crushed.
So I want to say,
you're asking yourself.
I don't think Liverpool played a game this season that they got crushed.
Not crushed, not like 5-0.
And I want to say a whole lot of issues.
They lost now.
Exactly.
I feel like they have a fantastic defense. They have
Jonathan.
one of the best.
Jonathan.
So they have some gaps.
They have the best goalkeeper in the league.
It's not like it was.
So what I'm saying is this. Again, in my opinion,
but there's not.
In my opinion,
major job.
As good as Arsenal are, as good as Arsenal are, right? I don't see them having a Van Dijk like leader, Mo Salah like leader on the field.
That's one.
I'm not a fan of this whole Van Dijk.
Two is you cannot be a fan of it.
No,
your team is in 17th. They are winning the league. You say you are not a fan of it.
It's not about my team. Listen.
Why are you dragging us into this now?
No,
I don't know. Do you get? I don't understand this guy.
I can't even
have an opinion. You will say it's not about my team.
No, you can't have it.
I don't understand this
because you are telling me.
I don't understand. It's like nigga, you are slopping on Van Dijk.
You can't tell me.
Stop that.
You can't tell me.
You're slopping on.
You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Oh, I see what you are doing. First of all, sweepy. You have not made a simple, coherent point. Do you realize that? You have not made a simple, coherent point. When you say that, I don't get this leadership thing. You have to tell me. You have to tell me.
Speak.
I love it because you have fired me
you
up.
Haven't.
Please let him speak.
You have not. You have to tell me. No, I'll let him speak.
You have to tell me.
You have to tell me.
Defender.
You see, that's the thing. You see, when you speak to me,
say so.
Sweepy. This is the Inside Podcast. It's not Twitter.
Say so. No.
Relax.
You relax.
I said the leadership of Van Dijk and Mo Salah. You are telling me you are speaking like Van Dijk is one great defender. Can you not decipher what I'm speaking about and being a great defender? I'm speaking about the leadership in the dressing room and on the pitch for Liverpool in Van Dijk and Mo. You're telling me about okay. No, let's speak about defending. Who's the better defender than him that you know in the Premier League? Name names.
Dude,
you've started it. Name it.
I'm not talking about.
Sometimes some people just like hearing some names in conversations.
So if you want to disagree with it, so name names.
So you see that leadership.
Name names. You haven't. I'm saying in world football.
Wait, exactly.
Emeka,
let me give you the context of what is wrong with this Swimpy. Now that I know. The fact that
that's why I brought his team into it because I know that it's because his team is not doing well. That's why he's speaking bad about that.
Hold on. It's because he hate Van Dijk.
It's because
so he didn't picture that leadership he said in front. So far he just said Van Dijk.
I beg you in the name of God.
He does not like the guy.
I beg you in the name of God. Please come at me the way you want to come at me.
The idea that
it's good for the show.
He's a brilliant defender, no doubt.
But he's saying
he's had one great season.
Okay. It's fine. It's to him. It's fine.
To me, he's had one great season.
And you're not beefing Van Dijk right now.
The other times, he's had people covering for him.
Yeah.
For the most
people like who?
Who's covering for him?
People like who?
They used to do work for him.
If an attacker is coming, Van Dijk is pointing at Konate or somebody.
That's why I said this is not Twitter. Is this nonsense Twitter yarns?
No, nigga,
people are covering for him, but he's never consistent. He's the one that's always there.
You said your point. Your point can be the end of the day.
Oh yeah, wait. Let's continue.
Let's continue. Like I said, you've not made any points.
So I can't tell you. I've not made any points.
I've not
made any points so far.
Wait.
I have.
Simply, let me ask you a question. Do you think where does Van Dijk place currently and in the spectrum of football? Where do you think
Please say the people that are better than him.
Where do you think he plays? Van
Currently.
Dijk. No, like generally.
Generally,
I think this is me. So let me just give you for context. I think Van Dijk is a great defender, but I don't think he's in the conversation for the greatest of all time. I think that's belongs to one person, Paolo Maldini. I don't think he's top 5 of all time. That's my opinion. I think he's a great defender. Maybe when we stretch it to top 10 of all time, maybe he's not the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Forget that rubbish Carragher is staying up and down. I don't think it's better than Maldini. I don't think it's better than Nesta. And those are the people that I watched growing up. And I don't think, definitely, even in Premier League, I don't think it's the greatest of all time in Premier League either. I think maybe in the great, I'll still pick a John Terry ahead of him. John Terry as a defender scored more goals. And let's even talk about defending. As a defender, he had more clearance. You can check it. He won more trophies, but I think he's a great defender. You can't take that away from me. So what exactly is your beef right now here? Is it that you don't think he's a good defender?
No, I never said he's not a good
Okay,
defender.
so what
Don't
are we
get
saying?
my
Let
point.
us understand.
My point
simply.
is, I don't understand this consistent.
Oh, Van Dijk, this one, Van Dijk, that
Do you
one.
get
Okay, cool,
the
I get that.
idea that Van Dijk is the
Okay.
He's been the best, but he's been the best defender. In the
Okay, but you don't like Van
is
Dijk.
the ultimate?
Okay, but you don't like Van Dijk.
Is that just?
But you don't like Van Dijk. But you don't like Van Dijk.
Let him finish.
Okay, so who's better than him now?
Please don't cut him again. I said he has not made a single
better than
sensible
him now?
point, but let him finish. Don't cut him again.
There's several
Please go
people in the
on.
world football that is better.
So who's better than him now? And
what are you on about?
Who has been better than Van Dijk?
What are you on about? What exactly are you on
He
about?
wants to say who?
No, but seriously,
He wants to say who?
Actually,
Let him answer.
There's several names that you can throw.
Okay, then-
Please go on.
The Inter Milan defender Alex Bastoni is doing extremely good.
Okay, continue.
This season.
Okay, continue.
What's it called? Previous season there was what's this guy? William
Dan-
Saliba.
Danny
last
Shitu.
season.
For Arsenal,
This
you mean?
brother,
Yeah,
man.
William Saliba.
For Arsenal,
last
no, but-
season.
well,
This brother. Jide, don't move on. Jide, no, don't move on. No, don't move on. Don't move on. Don't move on.
You've already said
No, don't move on. Don't move on. Don't move on.
Lakule, please, we have to
Don't move on. No. I have to see the situation is that it's not. It's not a problem that you make a rebuttal, but I absolutely have a problem when you make a rebuttal. You don't make anything that even sounds like a rebuttal. You can't make a
doesn't like the player.
you can't make a
He doesn't
rebuttal
like the
and
player.
just say so, and you
But
can't
Sweepy,
even.
Sweepy.
But
It's a
I was
bad-
asking
it's a
you.
bad- it's a bad
Simply,
team.
why do you like? Why do you hate? Why don't you like
Like
Van
I
Dijk?
said,
He got like a girlfriend.
first of all, we're talking about winning the Premier League. Now you have gone and mentioned people in Inter Milan and people in Bayern Munich. The conversation we're having was winning the Premier League.
I still think-
So I need you to tell me the defenders that are better than Van Dijk
Lakule, he's
in the
not-
last 5 years in the Premier League.
He's not going to tell you because he does not like Van Dijk. So he'll tell you different names. So it's a personal opinion. So in your opinion, Van Dijk is a good defender, not a great defender.
No,
Is
but there
it?
are some things like that I know we all have opinions, but like
Yeah.
Van Dijk is unquestionably has been the best defender of these last few years in the Premier League.
True.
It's not even
On that,
close.
but that also could be his opinion. Some people tell you that Saliba is better.
No, I am here to tell him that it's a shitty opinion.
Well, I mean, it's still his opinion. Moving on. Speaking of opinions, I also think that having dropped this
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk issue, we didn't mention that. Speaking of congratulating champions and champions in waiting, we didn't mention, guys, that one of the things that could play a big role in this Champions League running for the semi-final is the fact that PSG already have their business done in the league.
Arsenal too are resting, to be fair. Arsenal too, they've
Yeah.
been resting. They're resting. Saka's not been getting many minutes in the league, on and off. Sometimes they rest.
Everybody's trying to concentrate on that.
Yeah. So, but I mean, saying if they were chasing a title, I'm sure Salah would have been playing.
Yeah.
Saka would have been
Saka.
playing. Sorry.
So I'm bringing this home now, talking of their champions in waiting. So we should also say congratulations in waiting, and hopefully they get it across the line to Remo Stars. Remo Stars and the NPFL guys. And I'm doing this and saying this because it's a congratulation well deserved by this team. And the way they play football, the kind of structure and organizational acumen that the management has put in, bro. MFM is, I say MFM. Remo Stars is the only privately owned team, I think, right now in the NPFL.
Is Ikorodu City not privately owned?
Is Ikorodu City privately owned too? Okay, make it two. And Remo has been on this journey for close to 10 years now. Youth development, scouting players, having a network of teams, having a network of coaches, building a world-class facility. Emeka, have you been to that Remo Stadium before? No. It's beautiful. I mean, they've got like great recreational stuff for footballers. They've got, even sometimes when teams come play them, they tend to lodge them in their own hotels. They have their own hotels in that particular. So it's like, The man just went, you know what? I want my team to be distinct and different. And right now they are reaping the benefits. And it's a long journey. So shout out to them. And I think that, I mean, it's going to be difficult to get more privately owned teams in the NPFL, but this one that they've done is good. They are currently 7 points, I think, or 6 or 7 points.
Yeah, 7.
You know, if they win their next game, hopefully things get better for them. But congratulations to them. Yeah, speaking of congratulations,
They need 6 more points to win the league, by the way. They need
Just
6 more points. Yeah. So if
Yes.
they win, I think they play. I think there are about 4 games left. If they win, 2 of those games are at home. So if they win 2 of those games,
and then they are done. We something just came to my mind now. Let's just do a small jog of the memory for the guys watching us. We mentioned something about brothers earlier, and we said people and Simone. So that's like 2 brothers. Guys, from the top of your head, let's go. Which other football brothers come to your head? Let's go. Football
Gary Neville
brothers.
and Phil
Neville.
Neville.
So hold on, one at a time.
Phil Neville, Gary Neville.
Phil Neville, Gary Neville.
Rio and his brother.
Who was his brother's name? Anton.
Anton.
The one that had issues with John Terry.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We can also say twins.
Only thing I remember about it, that's so sad.
Yeah, but
Nazard and
sadly,
Torgan Hazard.
Yeah.
Ronald de Boer, Frank de Boer.
Found the barrel. Then there's this Benders brothers.
Sven and Lars.
Sven and Lars Benders.
Lars Benders.
The 2 German brothers.
Jobe and Jude.
Jude and Job.
Jude and Job.
The 2 German and Ghanaian brothers. What's their name?
Kevin
Papa
Prince.
then.
Kevin Prince.
Boateng.
Kevin Prince.
Boateng.
Those ones, I'm sure. How they have to go?
They're like, I can't believe they are brothers,
Jerome.
man.
Yeah,
They
they're
look
half
so
brothers.
different.
They're
They're half brothers,
brothers,
right?
Okay,
right.
they have to be half brothers.
Brothers.
Then there's this twins. This Man United. Yes.
Raphael.
And
Fabio.
Rafael and Fabio.
Gary Neville are not. They are not twins, are they?
No, they're not
They are
twins.
No, they're
brothers.
not twins.
Okay.
Gary is
Which
the
else?
older brother.
Who else? Which other twins or which other brothers? Which stupid brother ain't get?
Who?
Where they play ball?
And yeah, no, he did, but he was in
It was
no,
Fernandez also has a
Sunday-
brother too.
Sunday
John Terry as
Sunday
well.
League.
John Terry had some brother in like Yeovil Town or something.
Sunday League football.
See how their whole life is. What best they play for Premier League? They're not based on Sunday League.
What's that guy's name? Oh,
Even Donnarumma.
Mikel Obi and
Yeah, and
Miguel Obi has a brother.
Mikel Obi and he has a brother. His brother was a goalkeeper. He was goalkeeper for a
Kanu and his
FPFL.
brother.
even Bruno Fernandes.
Kanu as well.
Yes,
Kanu
yes,
has
Sunday
Brother
League.
in like Sunday
He
League.
has one player. Kanu has a
Kanu
brother
and
too.
his brother, yes.
Christopher.
Obona Kanu, yes.
Ogbonna.
Yes.
Obona
There's
Kanu.
one that almost
Ike
came to my
Uche,
mind.
Ike
Uche and-
Uche.
For Getafe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For Getafe. Football has seen some great brothers. This is brother that
Peter Otaka and John
I was
Utaka.
looking at it and I was looking at the brother, but it flew out of my head now. Yeah, Celestine and Emmanuel Babayo.
Yes.
And those are good brothers. I think one of them was a goalkeeper. I'm not sure. Emmanuel was a goalkeeper, yes. And Celestine was the left back with Chelsea. Then there was this particular. I'm trying to remember this Ivorian guy. Is this
Colotura, yeah.
Claude?
Yaya
Yes.
Kolo.
I-
Yaya
that-
and Kolo.
You don't date my head since.
Yes.
But just
Yaya
want,
and
just
Kolo.
trying to be sure.
McAllister brothers too.
Macalister get bro. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Down way go. He was pulling somebody from outside the 18, put him into the 18. They give a red card. They give referee. say,
McAllister.
McAllister, they have
Yes.
they have
The Liverpool one.
Yeah, Liverpool.
The Liverpool
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yes, they actually played each
What
other.
club?
I forgot the
Yeah.
team.
It was one of
these.
these
Europe.
this Belgian club. Oh. Yes, it was blue. It
Interesting.
was He has a brother, but of course that one will never win champion, will never win World Cup or ever play in this thing. This life no balance. The brother of McAllister,
Hoyland
That's
too
what he
has
did.
brothers. 3
Yeah, he
brothers.
does, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
and all of them are as shitty as he is.
No, no,
Yes.
One
Co-what?
Hoyland guy.
One played at a high
right.
level,
Yeah.
like Copenhagen.
Even the one that we know never make him like that. So you see the way.
He's young.
Guys, so
Yeah,
yeah,
he's young.
so that just brings us right into because the season is coming to that crescendo, and we're looking forward to what transfer window will look like. But give or take, there are teams who need a lot of problems. Who has a lot of problems, who needs a lot of solution. One of them will be Man United, but the ones that we are saying that we are quite popular is in the coaching world. We hear Mourinho is going to Portugal now, and I don't know, man. That will be his first stint, I think, as a national team coach.
Yeah. He has always
So he was
hinted
supposed
that
to be.
he was
He
good.
said it now. He said he missed
Nah,
out
he-
on it. That he messed it up.
Yeah, and I think
Because
he said
he
at this stage
decided
of
to
his
stay.
career, he said it before, Sha, that
He was supposed to go to. He was supposed to go to Portugal before that last World Cup. And then he went and decided to stay at Roma. He said it that he messed it. Like, why would you stay? But that's the thing about him.
He won something in Roma eventually, yeah?
Yeah, he won the Europa
Was
League.
one of the first year.
Did he win? No, he lost the final.
He won the Conference League and
Won the
lost the
Conference
final
League.
of the Europa League. No, anyway, I have to say, yes, you got a Mourinho guy. They robbed him of the Europa League
That penalty,
final.
right?
Bro, I couldn't. Anthony Taylor,
Yeah.
my God.
He would never. He still believes it was a robbery. till
My
now.
God, it was not be
Yeah.
saying it was a robbery. My God,
Daylight robbery. Ancelotti to Brazil.
yeah,
That's
I can
another
see it.
interesting one.
That'll
I can
be
dig
that'll
it.
be interesting one. I'd like to see that him going to Brazil.
He's done that. I think again, manager that came at Mourinho. I think it's time let them go
Let
and
them
have
go.
a bit more of a relaxed life.
And
Yeah.
national
You know,
team.
and test their talents.
I don't think Mourinho can stay in national team football for long. I promise you.
Sure.
And that guy,
But he has always hinted that he wants
his
to.
blood
He
is
go
hot.
cause
He
trouble.
will go there, run, come back.
He'll go abuse FA chairman.
His blood is
He
hot.
felt that it was that he couldn't.
Yeah.
Be, like it's boring.
All
that-
those
like you're
mid break.
constantly on holiday.
Yeah. He could.
Yes.
I'm sure he won't be able to do it.
Like,
Is
they are quite intense
boredom.
managers.
I saw something somewhere where somebody said the person he said he won't rate Ancelotti that much, and
Wow.
this is because
Wow.
Ancelotti was in Everton, and I'm like, okay, but is that a valid argument though?
No,
Definitely
please.
not.
How?
Not only is not valid. So
it's-
the person said he's not going to rate Ancelotti just
So
because
much,
he was at
yeah,
Everton.
that he can't be that good, and then
So not only
you have
is
a
he
downside,
not only
and then
is
you go
he
to Everton.
not only is he not valid, it's a stupid argument.
I agree actually. I think it's a very stupid argument. Yeah, because wait till the guy first do you first. I just talk.
It's a very
the
stupid
opinion.
argument.
You don't best your opinion. Next thing you say this is it. So and before we go into the football part, Jurgen Klopp to Real Madrid. Another thing we're hearing these days.
I think it's going to be Alonso.
Xabi
Xavi.
Alonso.
Xabi, right?
Yeah.
The way the thing is stacking up, it's looking like it's gonna be him. That Bayer Leverkusen chief that's saying
already
if
said
one
that
of the
they
clubs
have
he plays for
gentleman
comes,
agreements.
it's
It's
looking like it's
already-
gonna be
yeah,
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have a feeling that should he have left that last season though? Xabi Alonso.
Not necessarily.
I mean, they won the league.
In the highlights.
I think they won the treble.
No, so they went unbeaten. They won the cup. They went unbeaten in the league. I think they won
won the
German
league.
Cup, and then they lost
Lost
the
the
final.
Europa
So
League.
Yeah, they lost
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think so sometimes it's very easy to feel like okay, just leave on a high, but like sometimes like you've achieved that and you just don't want to lead them,
True,
you know. And
true.
And because
he
he's a
has
young,
and it's exactly more experience.
yeah, exactly. And because he's a young coach too, it's better off if he has the experience. Or because the kind of season they had, is only going to get harder.
exactly.
So it's better if he has the experience of it being harder in that side that he knows, because he's a young coach. If he was a coach that has been elsewhere before and then you achieve that kind of thing, you can say, I'm going to go elsewhere. But he also is still learning.
So he's had
He's
another
learned the
experience.
trade. But I also think that Real Madrid said weren't immediately going to fire Ancelotti prior to him winning the Champions League already. So
And the interesting
they
thing
weren't
was that
going to fire him at the time.
months before this Real Madrid Arsenal thing, you see, when I was there was a game, I think it was the El Clasico, where I came here, I said, I'm not fire Ancelotti yet, but it looks like everybody's we'll fire this way they talk. Like I say the Chris. Now where Arsenal don't beat them now. I see you be the waxing lyrical, the coaches. But I said this thing how many months ago now?
So 3 players to better your team. Not better because there are 3 Man United fans here, so all of us have different angles. But 3 players to better some of the teams. Just to touch on this Liverpool thing again, is it extra special, guys, that Arne Slot didn't sign a single player? Is it extra special that?
Yeah, it is.
He deserves
He
a
had-
lot of credit.
I mean, Jurgen Klopp went on the stadium on the pitch, gave him the usual welcome, not the usual, the unusual welcome, because not very often do you see a coach do
see a
that.
manager,
Do that and say,
welcome,
welcome.
ex-manager.
And then they went into the entire Premier League holiday series where they had even some games. So he had time to say, what, I want this player, I want that player. And then Liverpool are not the richest of clubs, on paper, but they can bring out the money if they want to. But these guys choose to not do it. So does this victory give them this we did it without anybody kind of feel?
No, he does. He does because again, while we're here, we've said how great Arsenal are, this and that, and other teams have challenged. But like he came in, he just made some tactical tweaks to what Klopp was doing, and again, like I said, the consistency. So whatever he's done tactically, in terms of again, he's made them a bit less gang pressing.
yeah.
So it's a lot more. So they
Control.
still have elements of the club's system, but there's a lot more control,
Yes.
and it's a bit slower. But I would say I think he's definitely, in terms of motivation, like he's kept them going. They've had some wobbles, but they've not been losing games. They've drawn a few games. They've kept on going. Like I said, they've been very, very consistent.
We
They've
have
been
to
on
give it
point.
to
So
Arne Slot, really.
Yeah, I
think,
think it's
we have to-
exceptional that I didn't sign anyone. And again, that was what I was speaking to. one of the major reasons why he's able to do that is because you have Van Dijk and Salah in the team.
You have,
So you're like, okay,
have
these
the
guys have been
experience.
there,
You have
done
the,
that.
like,
Yeah.
sometimes you
Yeah.
even, sometimes it is these guys that will go into the dressing room and get your talking and get the team going.
Yeah.
You know, if you came into a team where everybody just came in, or you have young players across board, it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to work.
Because it's like Arsenal, so like now you see they're growing together, right? So now
Exactly.
they're getting, now these players are now getting more
Exactly.
experience. So the Sakas, the Rices, all these guys, they've now
think-
experienced.
Look at what-
these
look at what-
things.
look at what, for
So
example-
when you have those experiences to fall
Look at
back on.
yeah, exactly. Look at what, for example, Maresca. When at the start of the season, Maresca said, you know, we don't. There are no leader. Okay, if a game is going bad, and you go into the dressing room at halftime, you're losing 2-0.
There are no leaders.
Who is the guy, you know, pulling people by the score and telling you you're not
Yes.
doing what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
That the coach doesn't even have to do it. When you have people like that in the team, and they will do it, and nobody dares look back at them because they've been there and they know what it is to win with the club. Winning is not just talent; it's mentality, it's culture, it's
Yeah.
things that you build over
Yeah,
time.
over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that the kudos also goes to Jurgen Klopp as well because
Yeah.
of what
The
he
template,
left
have
behind.
you?
Yes, what
Yeah.
he left behind.
Some
because
coaches
he
go
did-
leave team
They'll
with.
leave certain squad for you, and you.
In my opinion,
you'll be battling the grass. I think that Jurgen Klopp did a good job.
Yeah.
With the players he signed, with the profile of players he's also signed, and got into the team, and Ancelotti has looked at them and say, I don't necessarily think I need to make any changes.
Yeah, let me just leave
here
them.
and here. Let me
Yeah.
do this. And giving that Gravenberch became, like, I think, sort of like a unicorn in that
Yes,
middle.
yes.
Because they didn't have that
I was going
after
to-
they lost Wijnaldum.
Yes.
They now had that guy.
I was
I
going
think
to-
it was a significant change for them.
I was going
me.
to say what the maker said about tactical tweaks here and there for Arne Slot and getting some of the best out of some players. Bro, Gravenberch, they ball out, man. Under Klopp, it was like a big part. And
He
because
wasn't.
because Klopp had these trusted guys. These are my guys. You know, with Nadum, if he fit Alcantara is there, throw him in there in the mix. Even the likes some decently talented players like Minamino were not even getting looking because he had his own guys, and that's fine. But the way Gravenberch has been able to evolve, change his game, get better, the guy now he plays with this
slots.
oomph. There's a way he
So
plays
that's
football
where, so
now.
again, so sometimes like new manager comes in and, you know, they just a different set of eyes, right? So Gravenberch, he actually, if you watch about Ajax and even under Klopp, he was always more of an 8, more of a box to box.
Yeah.
But now under Slot, he's been the holding midfielder. So which, you know, no one thought he could do.
Yeah.
Right. And he's done it very well. He slowed down a bit towards the end of the season because he played
course.
pretty much every
Every
minute.
minute. Yeah.
But he started really well. He's had a good breakout year. So I think Slot deserves a lot of credit.
Yes, it's commendable. I hate to say it, but I mean Liverpool.
I
Congratulations.
thought you said 3 players to improve.
Yeah. No,
Liverpool.
so now we're not going to look at maybe. I mean, we can't take all the teams, but what team do you think really needs? I mean, if you're Chelsea fan,
No, I think everybody can even go. Man, I wanted to start with Liverpool.
yeah, let's go ahead.
3
Liverpool.
teams. I would have even gone for 4 safe.
For Liverpool.
Yes.
Okay.
But if we're sticking with 3,
Realistic.
Let's go.
we're sticking with 3. Obviously, they can't get Isak anymore. So I think they need number 9.
Okay.
And I think they should be in for Victor Osimhen. That's one.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they should be in for
Okay, they
Victor
can be in.
Osimhen.
Yeah, sure.
I personally think they need 2 midfielders. I don't think they need to buy a centre back. I think they need 2 midfielders and then a right back. That's why I said 4. You know. But let's say they can look because of, I mean, the defense is stable to some degree, so maybe they can go, you know what, we can make do with what we have already. What's this boy's name that comes from the academy? Bradley can copy with. Let's say they can do that, right? They need 2 midfielders. I think they should go and get Tijani Rendias from AC Milan.
Brilliant footballer.
If they can get back, what's his name? Because Tijani Rendias is so good on the ball, he's a proper CM. But this brother plays 4-2-3-1, right? Slots. So they still need somebody beside him. So if Tijani Rendias plays with someone like, say, what's his name? This guy that went to Bayern Munich, but he isn't playing anymore. Paulinho.
Okay.
So Tijani Rendias and Paulinho.
That's one of the most annoying.
I don't know
moves,
why
man.
he's not playing. If they can get him back into
They
the
wanted
Premier
him
League,
so much. They have
and
him.
then
they can't use him.
McAllister can now play as a number 10.
Yeah.
So Rendias, Paulinho beside him.
And that's Slot.
McAllister
and
number
that's
10.
Slot too. I think they will probably go more for his. I
So
think
what happens to
for his
Gravenberch
profile? I
in
think
the
Slot
middle?
prefers more of a Zubimendi, Gravenberch kind of
Sit-
profile.
sit on the
I don't
bench.
think
That's
I
what-
don't think Slot likes hustlers.
That's what Tijani Rendias can do
Yeah,
for
no,
you.
Pauline. I'm saying I don't think he'll go for. Like,
So the reason I said Paulinho is because I'm thinking because
I mean,
he plays with
I
a 2,
get- yeah, I
he
get-
might need somebody that tackles.
But
Pauline-
yes, I think Slot likes
the moment before Polia left, he had
And he
the
could
best,
possibly still play.
highest interceptions in the Premier League.
Yeah, so
Brilliant midfielder.
they're just like all these caps of Ugarte.
Guy,
kind of
the guy
Not
dives.
every
it-
manager,
yeah,
not every manager
likes,
likes
yeah,
that
yeah,
profile.
yeah. You're right.
the fighter.
But I think Tijani Rendias at Liverpool
no,
would
Reinders
be
is-
amazing.
He's class.
Yeah.
But before we go to this conversation that is in my head, before we go to this last thing, but Arsenal, everybody has been saying they need a striker, they need a striker, they need a striker. So yes, we'll get to that striker part. But do they need anything in the midfield, in the defense?
I think they want. Okay, go on.
No, you can go.
I think they want Partey to stay now.
Yeah, they're
because
offering him a
there's
contract.
conversations about him staying. If he stays, I don't know what his legs will
Jorginho
give
has
them.
to go.
Obviously,
Jorginho
Jorginho is
is
leaving.
going.
I don't know what his legs will give them next season, but I hear Zubimendi is they're
Almost done.
Almost
Okay.
done. So in that regard, I think they're a good defense midfield. I
Left
think,
back?
Ooh.
Left back,
I like that. They're
Arsenal.
fine. I think,
No, I think
Skelly
they're
and
good. They're good.
Calafiori.
You know, covers very well. You see, defense. If Ateta buys another defender, they should arrest him. I think they need two attackers. They need a striker
and a winger.
they need a left winger. You buy Nico Williams.
Martinelli,
You
no?
buy Victor. No, Martinelli is a fantastic. See, I see that Real Madrid game. I see why Martinelli plays. If he doesn't offer a lot going forward, the guy is a workhorse.
Yeah.
So I see why he plays. But
A Brazilian workhorse.
You know,
that's
but-
so weird.
yeah.
Brazilians are never
you
workhorses.
understand? But at some point, you want someone that produces on that other end.
Yeah.
If they get in a Nico Williams and they get in number 9 in the Gyökeres, it feels like they're going for Gyökeres over Osimhen. I think they're set.
Who's better?
Osimhen.
Wait, though, who's better between?
Gyökeres and Osimhen.
No,
Is
there's-
it a question of Arsenal's setup? Oh, no,
See-
not who is better now, but who is going to fit into the Arsenal
Fits
profile?
into- fit-
Yeah, let's put it that way. Not who's better.
Um,
Because I think from the top of my head, Osimhen already is better than Gyökeres, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean,
but in that Arsenal setup, Arteta, Arsenal, the player who fits into, who slots in nicely.
It's a tough one. Like I would say, I don't see either of them.
Slotting nicely.
Yeah, no, I don't see either of them having
Struggling.
a problem.
Okay.
Problem.
I see, of course, they offer different things. Osimhen is a lot more well-rounded, physical. He's Harry's the
Hustles the
defenders.
ball.
Like, so I can see both of them working. But it seems they want Gyökeres for a reason. I guess he's maybe a bit more in behind running.
Yeah.
Maybe that profile. But when you look at what Arteta seems to like with the Havertz, I don't know. That seems more like
Yeah.
It seems more like they
Yeah.
want to Osimhen.
Yeah,
Abi.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's so shocking because I keep hearing Arsenal fans say, "Oh, we need an Isak," and if we can't get an Isak, Gyökeres maybe offers that. I don't know because it feels like their team needs an Osimhen.
Yeah.
And
Somebody who can genuinely
Start
from the front.
I remember we talked about Isak and Osimhen here, and people wanted to take our heads off. So we're talking about who's better, say with the ball at their feet. Obviously, we all agreed. I think it was Isak.
Yeah.
But there's something that Osimhen right now, it feels like of all the strikers that are available on the market, is the most foolproof. It's almost as it doesn't matter what style you play. If Osimhen comes
Exactly,
in,
yeah.
it does not matter with the kind of it does not matter the kind of style you play because Osimhen manufactures. And what I saw him did at the last international break with Inter Milan, I want him in, man. I want him in my club. You know why? Because and that's why I said again before, it's just about what buying those kind of players bring into your dressing room. You can tell that he does not agree with losing. You need someone in your dressing. He does not agree with losing. All this, we lose a game and everybody is laughing, and he does not agree with it.
That's a good mentality.
Yeah, he has
You
that
understand?
mentality.
So, and if you add that to the fact that the brother they make half chance turn into big chance, they say he missed big
That's the thing,
chance.
like he just love the ball and he just
Just fighting.
He get one
one man
one
battery
Galatasaray
ram.
highlights where I
Fighting
see they bring the ball giver. It was like 4 defenders around him. The ball he put head for the ball, and at the head where he put for the ball, he's now 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
goalkeeper.
Everybody say he missed a big chance. There was no chance there
Yeah,
before.
he created the chance. Yeah, so Solis, shout out to Solis, by the way. One of the guys with the very best lucid thoughts out there. I like him.
Yeah.
Just like his father too, like us, he make a handshake.
yeah.
A father like us. Solis.
Not
Solis is also a father. Victor Osimhen is the most
flop-proof.
flop-proof centre forward on the market this summer. Whatever style or system you favor, he will score in heaps. There's no striker archetype. He embodies it perfectly. But whatever he lacks, he mostly makes up for with indomitable will and Cronian hunger. I think this
Cannot be better said.
this perfectly just sums up Victor Osimhen. It is what you call somebody who knows that if people are paying me money, this money is plenty. I have to show
Work
this
for
work.
it.
And then it's not just all industry. he has some incredible,
of course.
incredible start to back it up. And so I think we've done with Arsenal. I think for where should we go? Tottenham.
Let me. Tottenham. See, I beg. We're not
Chelsea.
Joking. We're not
please,
joking.
let's do
here,
Chelsea,
please.
please.
We're not joking.
People don't like Tottenham. Why?
No, it's not like I don't like
them.
them.
You've lived in the UK for a long period. Yeah. What's that culture thing towards Tottenham? Even it looks like even Brentford people.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest. Nobody likes Tottenham.
It's because
why?
Because they are so heritage-wise, they're part of the big club.
Yeah,
yes,
they are.
But they just have that history, like except for just never making it the final moments. Like in the final moments, they bottle.
And the administration
and
make
like
it easy.
and they're a big club.
Yeah,
but
they
like,
make
they just
big
always
club.
seem to fall out.
The reason I don't like them now is because of their coach.
And he always wins in second season.
That's why I don't like them now.
Season.
The guy, I've said it before, he's an irresponsible coach. when he came that time, he was behaving like he is the most righteous, he's the most well trained. Say we don't speak like that to the referee. We don't hand don't touch hand second season now. He's saying it's embarrassing. He's saying all sorts of nonsense. When hand touch hand second season, you just come into the league.
Anjay.
You are playing self-righteous to other managers. Say we don't speak like that. In where I come from, we don't talk like that. To referees. He said I prefer to win 4-3 than to win 4-1. I'm like you are irresponsible. He said I prefer to win 4-3 than to win 1-0.
Remember when Chelsea I think beat them with that red card, 2 red cards.
My brother,
the guy was still playing the same.
My brother, bro. Even this season,
stupidity,
bro. This season they were leading us 2-0. Was it the first leg? You know as bad as that Chelsea team. They were leading us 2-0, and I was chilled.
Because you know you have to something
like,
happen.
don't worry, they will give me a goal.
They make up for it in the bank.
They'll give you something.
So
They
Chelsea,
make up for it in the bank.
Chelsea,
Man,
yeah, true.
I've said it before.
Yeah, Daniel Levy is crazy.
If Chelsea end up not getting Osimhen,
They are the most
It's not
profitable
happening. You
team.
guys don't pay more than
if Chelsea,
100,
so I'm speaking my own. If Chelsea end up not getting Osimhen, it should be reported as an administrative failure that should haunt the
It's
club.
sacrilege.
Actually, David Ornstein reported it looks like Osimhen is off to Saudi, but I have some sources that have been reaching out to me from England. And they're saying that
Respect.
I
celebrate this.
Is it sauce?
I said
sauce. I don't feel like
I
for
don't
you.
feel like for you, bro.
So, but for real, there were some people I was speaking to on IG, and they said the hint around the guy is that the guy genuinely believes that he's the best in the world right now, and he doesn't want to go to Saudi. He wants to play in Europe.
Yeah,
that's the energy around the guy.
I think that's
he
a great
personally
mentality.
believes that he personally believes nobody's better than him in that position right now.
Easy.
I mean, we've talked about it extensively here.
Let me tell you something. At least
I want to throw. Wale, please, you have to put this out there. It's very important. This is the conversation. I need you to cut this part and put it. That's what I'm telling you. Please don't talk. Just do what I ask you to do. Just. Yes, they have world-class facilities. What Remo Stars has world-class facilities.
Are we going back there again?
Facilities. This guy is a problem. Facilities, not the football pitch being astroturf. Is Victor Osimhen the best number 9 in world football as of today?
No, but he's in the conversation with all.
He's in the conversation.
So they are elite. There, he's in that conversation.
Yeah, he's elite.
He's top 2, top 3.
So here's my own take that everybody has been sharing. Anyways, I think that for the first time in possibly Nigeria's or Super Eagles history, a Super Eagles player is being talked about in a superstar status level across probably all of the media houses
in the world.
Yeah. Basically. And I've never seen it before, at this magnitude, at this level, where everybody do their ratings.
Now.
In your lifetime, you've not seen it in your lifetime.
What do you
That's
mean in
what
my
I'm saying.
lifetime?
I said, that's what I'm saying now.
But press wasn't like this at times.
It wasn't there.
You're right.
So at this level where you have both social media and traditional media, this is
you're actually very correct.
He's the most
don't
talked about.
mind Lakunle.
Anyways,
But Nami say he's right.
One Kokano was not this talked about, brother.
It
was not this much. No, it was talked about.
Because there's no social media.
Yeah, true.
But that's why you
because
even
the
give
boss
him.
about Osimhen, man, bro.
But that's why you
long
even
time.
give him that respect. Have you seen? Like you asked him that he goes to. Have you seen?
Yeah, the cultural
when
following.
the papers.
British people talk, when you land in
papers,
Yeah.
bro,
No
Kanu,
doubt.
Yeah,
No,
big
bro, I
deal.
wasn't
True.
saying
and there was no
I'm saying-
social media then.
True, yeah.
I'm
Compared
saying
to now.
at least in
I
a
get your
long
point.
time.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I already said you are
Yeah,
right.
you're right. You're right.
90s Kanu.
Sweepy, you're right.
So what I'm saying is, at this level, I think that Osimhen being talked about at this level is incredibly great, right?
Yeah.
That's one. Two, And I think that, yes, if you look at every placement that everybody has rated him, I think he's constantly being put as the number one guy for every team to get.
Yeah.
So I think for me, if you're saying who goes ahead to say who's number one amongst all the strikers available in the market right now, is Victor Osimhen.
Is Real Madrid
availability or who's just the best overall? So we just look at who's the best available. Then it's him now.
In the market, yes.
Available will be him.
Isak not available.
No,
he's not. Yeah, so he's the best available.
Yes.
So what do you mean that Isak is better than him?
No, Isak.
No, we talked about.
I wouldn't even take.
This one is he define.
Wole define content. Wole define content. No, let's not do that. I'm not in
I think Victor Gyokeres is the second close one.
If Gyokeres should go and sit down, Lautaro Martinez is there.
Yes.
No availability.
No availability.
Yeah.
Lautaro is not available. I'm saying
Real Madrid. Who do they need? And the fact that they even have problem right now, they have a problem.
They need defenders.
Bro,
there's nobody at that back. Only God did that back.
It's funny that Florentino, I don't know, for whatever reason, doesn't like to spend money on
this is why Van Dijk could have easily gone there, man, and done maybe 2-3 years.
So I think
and they want to buy Dean Hodgson.
Asensio, that the
Rudiger.
Asensio kid. Rudiger is one. Alaba is finished.
Alaba is done.
Alaba injury.
He's gonna
had two consecutive ACLs.
He's done.
Finito.
Alaba's gonna do Afrobeats in Nigeria. He will back up for his sister.
Mendy.
They need to sign some defenders.
Mendy.
And he's okay.
I think they need to bring in a midfielder.
They signed Trent.
Modric is of age.
Someone creative, yeah.
Yes,
They signed Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Creativity, yeah. So they need a midfielder
to be taking free kick.
They
because not to defend.
Midfielder,
is to be taking free kick.
I can't. That's the thing. I don't know. Who do they bring in midfield?
I don't see the significance of
who do they bring in mid? And then Camavinga gets injured too much.
Yes, that's what I said.
He's injured. Yeah, he's
already.
Yeah. A torn abductor or something. He gets injured too much for a very, very, very talented player.
Yeah, crazy sometimes.
Who do they bring in?
I think what they need now is they need a bit of creativity. So not even creativity that's not they're going to get
a proper footballer,
but someone that can
play ball, that can hold the ball, and
because they just have.
But I think they do. But I think they have players like that already.
I think he just signed a game with Bayern.
But I think they have players like that already.
Or he's about to.
I thought.
But you guys know that. I think one of the. I mean, you can't speak in bad shadows of a coach like Ancelotti. I mean, Baba has been there, won that. But sometimes you have to question some of that man's, should I say, rationale. I do think for a fact that Brahim Diaz is maybe at his age and at that level is a brilliant and creative footballer.
Mm-hmm. But that's
what I'm saying. But he has to find a way to bring him. That's his own job now.
Would you bench?
First.
I definitely will bench Walmeni.
No, but Brahim Diaz cannot play there.
He cannot play that.
Yeah,
role.
but we'll find it.
So I think
because now that's one of the reasons. I'm sorry, guys. That's one of the downsides of this City. I say City, this Madrid team. You look at their team, and the next thing now when they try it, they go. It doesn't go. They will just
so they need to go and get. I think they need to get.
How about Adagula?
He doesn't have the eye for goal and
So
he does shoot that belly.
let me tell you. Real Madrid need you. I see you said Adagula. You said Brahim Diaz. Real Madrid need. You are never going to find a Toni Kroos, but that's what they need.
Mm-hmm.
You are never going to find a Toni Kroos, but what they need
Somewhere closer.
is a game dictator, like he said, a proper football, not necessarily a person that's going to make the final assist.
No,
a proper baller that can slow it down, that can play
They
it.
just get the ball.
They are looking for transition. They are looking for
with the attackers.
They need proper. So if I look around, who can they bring in there? Again, I think Tijani Rendias, Zubimendi, Partey. There's a name that popped up in my head now.
But on a free, because I think
there's a name
after they give a contract.
What do you mean?
They can go.
You use racial more for.
But it's not big enough.
What age now?
Please, we're not going to sign. We're not going to give them. If Enzo goes there, he's going to ball out.
Enzo is talented at that. We just throw it down.
He's going to ball out
at my pace.
But we're not going to give them. Enzo, I take back. See, they don't give.
What
Please
they bring one.
They're going to sign Vitinha.
That you can't resist.
They should go and sign Vitinha.
Guys, it's been a phenomenal time on the show. As we call time, slowly we'll soon get there.
You see now, Enzo has been having a good time now. You say nobody talk. You be not going to talk now.
We're not even going
if you get one bad game now,
we're going to talk about Man United.
We have not talked about what Man you need.
First of all, I would throw out every belonging of Andre Onana. All of his belongings. I will throw it out.
Yes.
Onana.
Throw it away.
Onana goes.
We need a GK.
We buy a better goalkeeper. We buy. I don't know. That Porto guy. That Douglas Costa. Was it Douglas or Diogo Costa? Diogo Costa. Very decent goalkeeper. I like him. So I mean, I don't know if we can get him if he's available. Then we also need a striker. We are hearing Osimhen as well if he comes.
All I said is
Liam
no
Delap.
chance.
Yeah, it looks like it's Liam Delap that we're fighting.
Delap is
but
an
again, it's
interesting
another
prospect.
project.
Exactly.
But it's just where we are. So
We
we
do
have
need
to,
project,
as a
man.
club, you just have to realize where.
Because you signed,
project.
because you signed Amorim, and
Then they-
it's well talked about that Amorim would rather sign young players that would work.
and they can
Yes.
grow
Yeah.
and can grow.
And then the Cunha guy as well. I like him. I saw one human angle video that I like. And from that I just like the guy. I like he dey ball out. When you play in Wolves and you dey ball out like
Is
that.
it the way are they looking?
And
Right,
his numbers
yeah.
are good. His numbers are good.
And he gets stupid attitude.
Is
That
it a
attitude
human
now-
angle?
Is it a
You know,
human
I-
angle?
If it's a positive attitude,
Yeah, but
I
I
love it.
don't like how I see that video. I can't like how they go.
As if you-
So yeah, I think Cunha, but
Yeah.
United would spend in this season. But I also think they need to get away a lot of dead
Ah,
beats.
I never thought Chelsea. What do we need?
Yes, you guys need Jesus.
Please. First of all, number one, we need God.
In what position?
Chelsea need
in what
God, then
position?
I wonder what.
In all of
I
the
want one
positions.
guy. I want
Just-
one United.
Just hovering around Stamford Bridge, my brother. Just hovering around. First of all, the same way you pack Onana's properties. Me, I will not pack Sanchez. If
I
you
will
go and not
decide.
pick a team and go
Baba?
it should just go.
Sanchez is better than Nana.
I think I agree.
Sanchez
would argue.
Is a better
People would
goalkeeper than
argue,
Onana.
but I think I agree. The reason they have similar problems, but I think when it now comes to like actual shot stopping, I think Sanchez on his day is
No,
better than
Sanchez.
Onana.
I've never seen Onana
Because,
have a day.
like I said here on the show one time,
Maybe apart from that penalty he
did.
saved for
Sanchez has
No, he has that
everything to be a great goalkeeper, but you see those brain fats, he can't just grow out of it. I don't know if we're going to buy a goalkeeper because now I don't trust anybody again. I look around the whole Europe, I don't trust anybody. Where are you going to find an Alisson,
But they said
a
that you guys
Courtois,
have,
Donnarumma.
So we have
now.
Petrovic,
And Landers, or what's his name?
even though he's Ligon is playing, but he's a highest rated goalkeeper in
Yeah,
top 5
yeah,
leagues
yeah,
in Europe
yeah.
this season. So bring him back. He's always been a better shot stopper, but they let him go. They say he knows how to play. Say he can't play out from the back.
play out.
Say he should go and learn. Like
And Maresca is very dogmatic about those things.
about
So,
that playing out from the back,
so
you understand? So
wonder
I
how
get
that
that,
will work.
but they said he has really learned. He's very good now because the guy that's there too apparently plays exactly the same way. This Liam Rosinell guy plays exactly the same way. But whether he's please bring him back. I'm tired of Sanchez. You understand? Then there's a 19-year-old that's like Courtois, but he's 19. Mike Penders is again the first choice goalkeeper for Ghent. I think
project.
6'7", really big.
project.
But it's project. We need a right centre back. I don't know where we're going to get it. Aggressive and quick. That's the most important I need. The team I'm saying now, aggressive and quick. That's all I need. Right centre back.
For Houston, the Dean Houston.
My
guy.
brother, man, 19 years old. What the hell are we going to do? And I think he plays
loves
predominantly left
They
centre
just
back.
like
So I
young
mean, he's
boys.
both footed, so I'm sure he can. If he had to play on the, but he plays on the left right now for Bournemouth. But if he has to
Yeah.
play on the right, he.
Man,
does.
I don't know. I'm tired of 19. We need a leader at the back. That's, in my opinion, we're good in midfield. Then please, I don't care this old wages. Just get me Osimhen. I beg. I don't want any other person. If Isaac is available, I don't want him. I want Osimhen.
Yeah, simply
But
because
those
again because
your
of
flanks,
the
Nko,
because
those
of the
guys are not very
fees.
consistent.
Today, if Osimhen come to Chelsea today, Neto will get the most assists in the Premier League. You know, say that Neto now one direction.
Yes.
You know they look up.
He does
He
not-
go pull head like this. He go,
Yeah,
you
don't
he
they
go
run.
cross. Osimhen go to score header.
Remember Antonio Valencia?
Those days just.
Osimhen go to score
Anthony
header.
Valencia was
See, they go
Was
pass ball for
better
Neto
for
like
me.
this. As he take one touch, he go look that 18 yard like this.
Nah, him-
The only thing when they
doesn't
mind now
run.
cross.
That's what I
Cross.
see.
And he whips it.
He whips it, bro. He whips it,
Yes.
bro. He whips
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah, I like
he
it.
has
I like
one
him.
directional. But you see that Madrid boy.
you know said now that one they vex.
It's not that I don't like him, but there's nothing that pisses me off more than having bad attitude. I don't need anybody with a bad attitude around him. You see Neto. The reason Neto scored against Fulham that game, Madrid, I think fairly is better than him, but Neto has the right attitude from the beginning of the game. Even when this guy scored the equalizer, he picked the ball immediately, ran to the. Even though he had the hand in the goal, and he scored the second goal. So you always need to have the right attitude. I hate players when things are not going well. You're sulking, or you're walking around. You need everything to go in your favor for you to have a good game. Nah, I hate those kind of players.
But Noni Madueke has always actually been a very decent player. But I'm wondering, where did he go wrong? But he's still young.
He's still young.
He's a young
Fairly.
Yeah, I think,
20.
like I said, I think his attitude, even Maresca has called him out a few times this season that he doesn't train hard
Fix up.
enough. Yeah,
Like-
because he has talent, but like, I
So
think
guys,
his attitude isn't the best.
Rashford, does he stay in Aston Villa?
Please, it should just stay in Aston Villa. Like any
Go
club
back to
can
United.
go.
He's
No,
not going
he
back to
should-
United?
Do you want him back at
Emeka?
United?
No, I think I'm
do
very
not.
open. Like he's this post Fergie era, he's one of my favorite players
Indeed.
probably my favorite United player.
Anthony?
But I think for all parties, I think it's best for him.
But Anthony's
for a
going
change.
back. I think
No,
Anthony's
Anthony's going to be. I think him, Sancho, and Rashford. I think they're going to.
They're going to be sold.
That's Sancho. Eh?
Okay.
That guy. They should pay United that
Guys,
5
before
million.
we end the show, so they brought it to me now, and I want to ask you guys.
Who you brought it?
They just brought it. As I'm closing my eye, they are bringing it. Rate these left footers in start, bench, sell. Alvaro Recoba, James Rodriguez, Mesut Ozil.
Start
bench and
Sell. Start,
Sell.
bench, sell.
James, Ozil.
start
Recoba.
bench sell. My God.
And this is their whole. This is just the whole career.
Yeah, this is just their left footers. Yeah. Just left footer. Looking at them as left footer individually. Maybe not their trophy or whatever.
So,
just what they do to you as a football,
football
watcher.
fan.
Yeah, fine.
I think
I told you guys they brought it to me.
that's a great question.
They brought it to me. I just said it.
Start
I mean-
bench sell, right?
Yeah.
It's difficult.
So, is it as a player or like their left foot? Like
Their left foot.
foot.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah.
I think James left foot. I think Ozil the player,
Yeah.
right? But James like the shooting,
Yeah.
the free kicks, the volleys.
Yeah.
Like Ozil was more about his brain.
Yeah.
But James is left
Technical.
foot. Like
Left foot. Okay.
Recoba too is another sleeper like that. I
Recoba
also
is
think
left foot
I'll
is
actually bench Recoba because Recoba's left foot.
Yeah.
Ozil's game is not really about his
Yeah.
left foot.
Yeah.
So I'll put James.
Again, it is about the left foot, not the game. now.
James
The left foot.
James start. I think again, like I said, James the classic World Cup goals, the bangers from Madrid.
Yeah.
Again, just the pureness of his strike.
Yeah.
Recoba second, Ozil third.
I'm sorry, man. I know it's about the left foot, but I'll sell James. I know it's about the left
Yeah.
foot, and I understand what Emeka just
Pointed
broke
out.
down because
Yeah.
it's facts. Because it's not about the James had. It felt like he could turn water to wine.
Yes.
That kind of magic.
That's the last thing
and
in
just
football.
be boom. So, but man, I'm a big fan of people. I'm a big fan of people that are like professors of the game. Like Ozil there's no chance I don't start Ozil. And it's funny you mentioned Recoba. You saw a video of Obafemi man talking about him. You know,
He said
recently.
he was the
Was
best
about
left footer
guys
in the team.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll bench Recoba. I'll sell
James.
James.
Swimpy.
I'd go with Recoba starting.
Start Recoba.
Yes.
Recoba.
I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia.
Yeah,
doing
possibly.
me. Yeah.
Possibly.
Yes, but
Of course it is.
but I'll start Recoba. I'll bench Ozil. I'll sell James.
Okay.
And the reason why I'll sell James is because I think is the idea that he's not. Yes, he has possibly the best when it comes to like his left foot.
Yeah.
But I don't think the consistency of it
Yeah.
takes it away from him, sort of, for me.
Yeah.
But I think that of Ozil, Ozil, you can always bring him in
Yeah.
and
Mesut,
create
man.
magic.
Mesut.
He's a magician.
Yeah,
That's
Mesut,
just
man.
Ozil is a magician.
Octopus.
Can create magic. So
I think I'm-
Alvaro Recoba.
I think I'll stick with Ozil starting, Recoba on the bench, and then James goes. But yeah, I think all those three. I mean, intentionally didn't mention the Messi. I just wanted to have a bit
of
of
course.
a bit
That
of the
was
feel.
serious,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's an Adriano that we're not mentioning.
No.
Yeah,
But
they
if you look at the
three
profile
names.
of those three players, they are a bit similar.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I told you
more
they-
similar. Yeah.
They brought it to me.
Yeah.
They brought it to me. Exactly.
Similar.
Ball striking, I think left foot. I think Pedersen for me.
Pure striking of the ball. Montenegals, Federson.
Striking the ball.
Over Adriano.
Striking by
Montenegals-
Adriano.
No.
Zadrano.
No, he's just saying.
Ball striking.
Balls like
I
pure
don't think
ball
anybody-
striking.
I don't think anybody
My
has
brother.
100 over 100.
Don't worry,
left
now
foot
Barclays they do
shots.
you.
Pedersen.
Pedersen could strike the ball, I agree.
Left footers.
But it says strike the ball. There are other left footers now, my bro. You know, I know you say Adriano is a my brother. Strike the ball with left.
Left. Shots.
So are we talking shot power or 'cause
Shot
Pedersen-
power.
Pedersen alone was not just power, it was the precision. It's like
Just
like
Bro,
Beckham.
even Sule Muntari.
Better left.
Even
right.
Sule Muntari. My God.
Guys, everybody's feeling nostalgia. But we got to run now shortly. But I need you guys
Carlos.
I need you guys to also do one more. Rate these speed demons. Odonko.
David Odonko.
Come
That guy
Obafemi-
played only one international tournament. We don't say him
Where
again.
was it like
one World
Dortmund?
Cup.
Or where was?
Yeah, it was in
It was
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
About 23.
But he played for
David
Germany.
Odonko. That's the guy in history of football. That's the only player that I know that can only do one thing, which is run.
My
As
God.
in-
Yeah. David Odonko, Adama Traore, Obafemi Martins.
Speed.
Yes.
Speed.
Obafemi is
demons.
faster than all of them.
Obafemi.
Faster than Adama.
Yes.
I'll take my Obafemi any day. I don't
Obafemi
know
is
why.
faster than all of them.
Yeah, so rate them.
He has better control.
There's a Nigerian bias, might be, maybe.
Okay.
But with his speed, so it's always difficult to really get accurate. Because maybe when we measure now, we'll find out that somebody is faster.
Yeah.
Because that Odonko was very quick. Oh. I
was
remember that
quick.
one. I remember
That
that
guy
World
was
Cup.
That's the only thing he could
The
do in
guy,
his
eh,
life.
That guy
Just
was
run.
quick.
That guy was.
Just run,
But was
man.
he keeping the ball?
That
was
one
the
concern
problem.
you.
run.
That speed, there's a make we rain.
Oh yeah, rate them now. Rate the speed.
Speed.
Yes.
Oh, not true. That David Odonko, they run. That guy, they run.
What do you think, Emeka?
So I'm going to go Adama. I guess it's recency bias, but just based on the power as well.
Yeah.
So there's some players that are quick, but they can't sustain that running
Yeah.
power. So Adama, like, he can run from one box to the other,
Yes.
same speed,
Yeah.
same. Like,
That one, he just they run
does not slow down.
That guy.
unlimitedly.
So,
Okay, so Adama.
If that guy has a good game against your team,
I'm
you
telling
can get hypertension. Adama Traore. You see, where would they play 1-0
just be running.
this Fulham game? Would they find equalizer and they come bring Adama?
Adama.
I almost stopped watching the game.
He will just be running.
so yeah, Adama for me.
Odonko,
Yeah.
Obafemi Martins.
I don't know why my recollection of Obafemi was it. Yeah, like when I think back about him, it wasn't necessarily about his speed.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
know he
about the
was
speed.
quick.
Because his technicality was
Yeah,
good.
so maybe just from my own recollection, I'll
Yeah.
say Odonko then.
Odonko.
Obafemi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with David Odonko. Speed right. That guy they run.
No,
I just remember like how he was running at things. Maybe that's just I'll say him, then Adama second, Obafemi last, not because
no way.
Okay.
Obafemi used to move like lightning.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
You
like
just
has-
there, just appear for here. Before you know, you don't shoot. You go there, just appear for
Go ask
you
to
go-
Campbell.
I think Adama. I don't know. Is Adama faster than him? I don't know.
And
Lakuni, let's go.
Yeah, me I'll say Obafemi. I put Obafemi up top.
Okay.
Adama second. Because there's no way I can put Odonko top. Because, like I said, I remember that only that international tournament, I remember seeing Odonko live. Like, there is no way I can put him top. So,
So I think for me, Obafemi Martins come first. I'll never forget.
Bro.
Obafemi Akinwumi Martins. In PS1, it was 1919.
Bro.
Speed 19, acceleration 19. In
Bro.
PS2,
90.
it was speed 99.
Yeah,
bro,
Adriano
Obafemi used to
98,
appear.
Adriano.
Adriano is 99.
Like,
Boom, boom, boom.
watching Obafemi live, he used to
No,
appear,
no, it
boom,
was-
boom, he
it
don't
was
reach
too much.
He could just shoot.
It was too
Like,
much.
Was he
It
faster
too
than
much.
Adama though?
He's
I
faster.
don't
He's
know,
faster than
honestly.
Adama.
No,
He's
you know,
faster.
sometimes maybe like in shorts, let's
Yeah,
say like
sure.
Yeah,
like
acceleration,
short,
bust, yeah,
that's
you're right,
faster.
you're right.
That thing said about Adama is actually
Adama,
true.
like,
Obama go
Over
run
a
the
distance. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay, so how about these last ones? Walcott, Mbappe, Davies.
Which Davis be that?
Davies, Bayern Munich.
Alphonso
Canada
Davies.
Alphonso Davies.
The quickest.
Yes, I'm asking. Yes.
My God.
Walcott, Davies, Mbappe.
I'll start.
I think Alfonso, Walcott, Mbappe.
No. I go Theo Walcott.
And that's a very fast.
Theo
team.
Walcott number one.
Theo Walcott
Theo
was quick.
To Walcott ever, anytime. To Walcott first, Alfonso second, Mbappe third.
Emeka. This guy's actually fast. These things they brought it for me. You people are joking. I just heard it.
To Walcott first. Theo. Unsa.
Emeka, you're not writing jam again. I asked if I thought you wrote jam safe. Maybe you wrote all those international exams. Please.
Sats.
So again, sometimes, so if it's just running in a straight line, because
Yeah.
it's not like Alfonso, he's a beast. Like he'll
He
run
could
you,
do
but
that
he'll
thing that,
body you.
yeah, he could do that thing that you also say, like run
Like,
from
that's
his
like,
box
that's
and
long
just keep
distance.
going. Yes.
Like Walcott
Yes.
is like Walcott's, yeah, very very nifty, quick. So I think if it's just like a 100-meter race,
Yes.
probably Walcott first.
Yeah.
Then Mbappe, then Alfonso.
But I do think Alfonso is the fastest of these three guys.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
That
think
guy, just like you
Alfonso
said, that guy
is-
is trouble.
And he's now strong as well.
Yeah,
like he's
yeah,
stronger
and
than
he's
them.
bigger.
Like he's powerful.
He's going to Real Madrid too, yeah? I think.
No.
No.
He does resign.
Ah,
signed.
Oh,
shit.
yeah, signed. Oh, wow.
Why
okay.
is all those Bayern guys?
Well,
staying
speaking
back?
of signing, we also have to sign out of this great occasion. It's been a very brilliant day with you guys in the studio. We all could be anywhere else, and in fact, our people watching us, our fans that have been with us from the get-go up until now, they could be anywhere else, but they choose to always wait for us. Every time we drop our videos, you guys are always there with us. Every time we call, you guys answer, and we thank you very dearly. We also say a very big thank you to the tie-wearing, not airbrushing,
Van Dijk hitting.
Van Dijk eating, all black wearing, Swimpy, chemist in the day, hype man at night, gingerbread.
of hype.
Gingerbread. Wait, let me. How did you get to gingerbread?
Is
Please finish up what you're doing.
Yeah, like that's I'm asking. Like, how did you get? Thank you, Swimpy Mariana, for
smoke
coming out
something
today. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming out today. This is
Thank
where
you
you
for
say
having
something.
me.
Yeah. This is where you say stuff. Yeah. When
This
you're
is
coming,
where you say, yeah,
yeah.
bastard.
When you can please bring your airbrush as well. Please
What's
make
bring
sure
your
make sure you bring your airbrush or maybe bring comb. I can't relate. Me and Emeka and I we can't relate.
Don't worry.
I can't relate.
Yeah,
Go and
so
have hair.
bring. You know,
That's
comb.
why he's always wearing cap.
No, because he makes his hair now.
No,
You
he
wait,
makes-
what's
he
your own
makes
plan
it.
for your hair and your beard?
What's the plan for your hair? You should
For
take
your
it
hair.
off.
His hair is made.
I-
He has
Make I
all
go,
back
make
on.
I go lose the hair. I be waiting.
I don't care.
Speaking of
you are
Karen,
hating.
speaking of Karen, I mean, I always care to see this, my brother, phenomenal man, Emeka. Thank you so very much for coming out today, man. Always a pleasure to see you, man.
Wait,
Likewise, brother.
Man, special shout out to the
Emeka,
baby as
yeah.
well.
That's special shout out to the baby. Yeah, you don't send Wale money before. Cause Jide, you don't send her money before. 'Cause since why I know Jide, he never called me phenomenal before.
Nah, this is my guy. Now
You
sometimes
don't send her money.
Kindred
See,
spirits,
You know how long I've known
Kindred
this.
spirits,
You know how long I've known this guy.
Kindred spirit, my brother.
Bro, I have known this guy literally from 2009, 2010. He has never called me phenomenal before.
Kindred spirits.
You said
I think my first
wait,
episode.
wait.
My first episode was.
How many? Wait. How many
In
months?
the six
Wait. How many months ago? The
I've not seen him.
the
This is
first
the first time
time
I see him is this
you,
year.
you guys met here on this pod.
yes,
abi?
Yeah, my
Yes.
first
What-
episode was with him.
It was how many months ago? That was last
It's been
year.
a long time.
I know that.
It's been a long time, over 2 years old.
2 years ago. You,
Yeah.
go, you have to do you have to
Account.
statement.
Yeah, I'll show you.
We see a
To
Emeka
chase
one
his
there.
name.
We know that.
To chase
Oh,
Emeka Wani. What's the name of the baby, by the way?
Kaima.
Kaima.
Momsi gave him Oluwamaiwa.
nice.
nice.
Your mom is Yoruba.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So let us do a shout out to Mrs. Wani. Thank you so very much for taking care of Kaima Oluwamayawa. Special shout out to the grannies as well that are taking care of him, because when you give birth to a child, a lot of people that help you take care of that child.
It takes a village.
It really
It takes a
does,
village.
honestly.
Like only Rufai, always a pleasure to see you, my good brother and friend.
Yeah, and we two are fathers to to the nation, not biological, but
It's on the
you know,
past nation.
at the end of the day, so long as you have people that you take care of,
Activists.
you are somebody's father.
Take care of how, my brother?
Yeah, I can show you text message now.
Of the people you are taking care of.
So long as you take care of people,
Are you running a home?
Don't be Shannon Sharp with
they are
19.
daddies, they are sugar daddies,
That's all
they are
I'm
different
So that
types
was
of
the first thing that came
daddies.
to my mind when he was
That's the thing. Don't be Shannon Sharp. with 19 years.
different types of daddies.
That bros messed up. But something that is not messed up is the love that you guys have for us, and we thank you. Special shout out to Wally as well for being behind the console.
He don't get sense, but
Absolute menace of a human being. But yeah, I mean, it's a menace that I love. And Wally helped my career recently, guys. Shout out to Wally. Wally did one amazing video for me. You guys will see it very shortly. I didn't pay him, it was for free, but yeah.
they drop disclaimer. Say
Baba
I didn't pay him. Oga, someone job.
Okay, you go send that transfer.
So that Wale don't go ask for money again.
Say you do it for the love.
I didn't tell you.
Yeah, and in your bunk Monday celebrated his birthday, I think last week. Happy
Yeah.
birthday to you, sir.
belated
Remarkable
birthday.
gentleman. And so shout out to everybody, team
The
members.
number is not a
Big
gentleman
man,
anymore,
Eddie.
please.
Sorry, is it elderly?
Big man.
Elder-
No, it's not a
Statesman.
gentleman. It's a proper riffraff.
Elder
Area boy. You
Elder-
don't hang around
Elder-
with Wale too much.
Elder statesman. So guys, this is where we drop the curtain and we say thank you to you. Till we come your way again next week Thursday. Please remember to look after yourself and take care of each other. Bye for now.
Boom.
Whoa.
1 o'clock.
Bumba.
Kaima.
When it Chika.
Kaima, Chuku Kaima.
Yes.
Chuku Kaima. My friend's daughter's name is.
What does he mean?
My friend's
Why?
My friend's daughter's name is Chikaima.
Simple now.
Yeah, Chikaima.
There's a short form of Chuku now. Chuku and
Only
Chi.
God will know.
Same. Chi is just more for his.
It's a small,
Female.
it's a short form of Chuku.
Only God will know. That's
Yeah.